This episode of Off My Shelf contains coarse language and adult conversation. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, my name is Tracy James and welcome to Off My Shelf, a podcast about movies that are, well, off my shelf, where we go through my DVDs and talk about movies in my collection. In this episode, I grabbed my chainsaw and my boomstick and brought some sugar baby with a few friends. It's gonna get silly. Here with me, I have Mike Suderman.
Hi.
Alex Cook.
Hello.
Sean Archer.
Hello.
Jamie Cochrane.
What's up?
And Jessica Lutser.
Hi.
All here to talk about the Evil Dead Trilogy. Welcome!
Woo. Hey, Tracy.
Groovy. I nailed it.
You did. So this is our special Halloween episode. It's also episode 31, which happened completely accidentally. So I'm like, this is perfect. Halloween, episode 31.
Nice.
You know, Evil Dead and all that kind of stuff.
Really? Well, we appreciate you having us all back after the Christmas fiasco.
Yes. But the fiasco was fun. I mean, I hated editing the episode, but it was a pleasure overall.
Just until this one. A net positive from your friends.
Well, I've given you guys alcohol and sugar again, so hopefully that translates into gold once more.
Dear God. Dear God. So many gummy worms, you guys. We're all in trouble.
We're in so much trouble, yes. So I don't even know where to start with these movies, actually, because I know you guys watched Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness together, and then you were like, oh, we're going to skip the first one, but then today, because I showed up late, you watched the first one.
Correct.
Yeah.
So do you want to start with the first one since it's fresh in your mind?
Yeah.
Fresh.
Yeah. So, okay, so the first one came out in 1981, and started out this beautiful world. Yeah, so, you know, what do you guys think?
You know, I've never seen this formula before where, like, there's teenagers and they go to a cabin and then they get murdered. I think it's really unique and a fresh breath of fresh air. We could really use more movies like that.
I think we could too. But you have to realize this is the movie that a bunch of other movies... No, that's wrong. Because they already had stuff before that was exactly the same. We're right. Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
as a person whose favorite subgenre of horror is people running through the woods trying not to get murdered, I'm into it. But...
Yeah, they don't do a lot of running in the woods in this one because the trees are pretty murdery.
Right, and I walked in just after the infamous tree scene.
Yeah.
Which I am pleased because
fair enough.
I've seen it once.
So my question is, so if there's a person who gets turned on by trees, it's called a dendrophiliac. Mm-hmm. But what if... Why
That's in Can't Hardly Wait, isn't it? That's in Can't Hardly Wait, right?
Did you look that up?
But this is... Look, I have a lot of random knowledge in my brain, so you need to stop.
But Sean also knows this, which worries me.
But...
A blumkin is okay.
What? Oh, jeez.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bring the tone down that fast. I was just trying to tell everybody what the situation was.
So, but what do you call a tree that gets turned on by people? That was my question.
Demonic. The tree was turned on.
So just demonic?
It was a demonic tree that just got a little rapey?
I don't know. The whole time, all I was thinking was like, oh my god, splinters. That's all I was thinking.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Even Raimi was like, that was unnecessary. It was like,
deeply.
I can say I wasn't expecting it to go there. I thought they were just gonna the trees were gonna
you see your eyes bug out.
Is this the first time you'd seen this movie?
Yes,
okay.
I've never seen this movie before.
Oh,
everybody else has seen it though, right?
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't think I saw all of it. I think I saw the first half. I don't think I saw the full thing because I didn't remember anything.
So this is the first time you'd seen it all the way through.
All the way
Jess,
through.
This is the first
or I
time
saw
you've
it
seen
in
it all.
Right, because you've never seen any of them, right, Jess?
So I've seen clips of the second and third, but I've never sat down and watched any of them fully.
So give us all of your thoughts.
This is something I need to know because oh my god,
Unibrow.
Poor Bruce Campbell.
Poor Bruce Campbell. He was so young. I wanted them all to die really fast. Like what's the dude's name? Biff?
This says a lot more
I
about
think his name
you
is
than
Scotty.
it does the
Oh, yeah,
Scotty.
So we named him Kip.
Yeah.
Because it seemed
Kip?
Yeah.
Scotty is the worst person. Like in everything, there's
He
always
takes charge
the
though
dick.
for the first bit.
But he's a dick.
Oh, he's totally a dick.
He is, but he's a bit of a hero through.
He really rocks it when he's like, "Oh boy, I better stuff this chick in the cellar and nail the door down." Like,
That is
Yeah, it's
true.
not until he abandons
like
the
he
one.
was really, he was really on a good roll, and then all of a sudden it was like, "Oh dear, my girlfriend's missing. I better stand around looking woeful for a while."
That is true.
You know,
And then chopped her up.
And then chopped her up in a million pieces.
well,
True hero.
True hero, yes.
He was a dick, but he was
fair.
able to, you know,
he got it
shoot
done.
the trigger and like, you know,
Yeah.
kill
Because
him.
Ash didn't do anything to help
Oh, he was
anybody.
standing there with the axe.
The only time he became like the hero or like stepped up was when he had to save himself in the end. He
When
never tried
everybody
to like
else was
save
dead
anyone,
already.
and then everyone's dead, and he realized he had to like save himself.
It's true.
So none of them get away. They're all doomed anyway. So is willingness to chop somebody up really a virtue?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
In this universe,
Yes,
Good.
Mike,
No,
it
this
is,
is a genuine question.
It's the-
No,
no,
genuine
it's-
answer. That's great.
I don't think it's willingness to chop someone up, but I think it's willingness to actually step up when people are in danger and like do what you have to do.
Okay.
In this
Yeah.
case, it was chop people up, but
Right. But
you
you
know.
don't like secure the house or like protect the people who are
No.
in their own rooms. So
He
you didn't really
did.
defend people. You just took the opportunity to murder them later when they turned.
and he also
Kinda,
does that
yeah.
with my bookshelves.
Could you secure that
But
house?
times.
The geography of the house was confusing to me because it seemed like they broke every window and then all of a sudden
Yeah,
there
yeah.
were whole
There
windows
was
and
more
there were
windows.
so many doors. Who puts that many doors in a cabin?
Seriously.
Nobody.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought the cabin was like 2 rooms, and it turns out it's
Yeah,
The
it's
cabin
like
doesn't make sense. Cheryl's in her room. Cheryl, right, the sister. She's drawing, and then the Evil Dead.
no, she was in the living room in the front
Was she? It looked like she was
where
in
the
a bedroom.
clock was.
But there were multiple.
But it seemed like she was in a bedroom looking at the clock. And
I wonder if it was purposely confusing.
oh, maybe the Evil Dead's messing with us too.
Yeah.
Oh.
To make the movie like more disorienting. for the viewer.
It has nothing to do with
I think-
continuity
I
and
think it
people's
was the
abilities or
Firefly
anything.
thing where they just like show stuff in jump cuts and are like, maybe they won't notice that this makes no sense.
We did notice a guy standing by the bridge as they're driving over.
Mm-hmm.
To the right, you can see it looks like he's holding a boom or something.
Oh.
He's like a
There's a
lumberjack.
guy there.
And, yeah.
it's clearly a part of the crew.
Maybe it was the
like-
hillbilly from the second movie,
Yeah.
fishing.
Yeah, he's just waiting to put the
Fishing
the-
by a
do
shotgun
not
in the
cross.
river or
He
whatever.
looked like he was holding a shotgun. It was either a boom mic or a shotgun. We weren't sure, so
Mhm.
maybe
Maybe it was a boom mic
hillbilly.
disguised as a shotgun. That would be nifty.
I like that they built a bridge just for this one cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Who would do that?
As a
People who
person
want to
dealing
be
with
there?
getting the driveway to my cottage done right now, listen, people do crazy
Even in the
things.
second one, like when it breaks, the hillbilly and his girlfriend are right there to put a sign up. Don't.
Yeah, but I'm sorry,
It seems
but
like
the
nobody goes-
bridge in the first one is like a rickety falling apart thing that's been there for a while. But the bridge in the second one is this like
Yeah.
beautiful construction that's like bricks and it's got it looks like a
arches.
viaduct from like
Yeah.
Italy and it's got the thing going
That's
on.
where their budget
And then it turns into some
Why not?
freaking like gouty horror. Like,
Yeah.
but
The
you
bridge in
would
the second
hear
one is a
that.
model, isn't it?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't that little fake car like being pulled on a
Yeah.
string
Yes.
over?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Maybe not where they spend it.
So, Jess, your major impressions were bad hair and everybody was awful.
Everyone was awful, but also
Dang.
it started
What
very
did the women do?
slow. What did the women do? They waited to die.
Yeah.
That's what the women
And
did.
they wore clown makeup.
That was
Yeah.
all
The
okay.
makeup was so bad.
Makeup
Come
was
on, you
really
guys. Why
bad.
is that pink in your palette? Please stop.
Well, it's because they're demons.
Yeah, they were
No.
No, they were bad demons.
This was
though.
this was bad makeup.
The,
Whoever
They
made
were
it
wearing
Linda.
like terrible
Linda.
senior
Cool.
citizen granny costume wigs and
Mhm.
bad
Yeah.
makeup. It was all bad.
Linda,
Listen.
who is Ash's girlfriend, right?
Yes,
Linda.
hers was by far the
Her
worst.
makeup was
Oh,
so
when she-
bad.
Mm.
It's like
Deadite?
she just put it on like.
It's almost like they did their own makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like,
probably
here,
bad.
girls, we don't
Probably
actually
bad.
have a budget for this. It's just like
Except
They
did you
probably
ever do that
didn't.
to your own face? I don't think. Maybe the dudes did it.
Personally, I think they spent all their money on the blood.
And there were some fun
Just
effects. Like
fuck
that
this
ankle
everyone.
thing
Yeah.
with the pencil was awesome.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that looks. Oh,
That's the worst thing.
That
about
was-
anything.
I watched that and I literally grabbed my own foot because I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, the speed of it really, just like that slow crank was just like,
And she moves it around.
Please don't try to bezel her ankle. That's disgusting.
And they just put her to bed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
It's
just
like,
go lie down.
It's like, oh, we were defending people or whatever. It's like, no, just put them in the bed and close the door, and it probably should be fine.
Oh my god.
Isn't that how we all are when we have serious injuries? Just go to bed? No?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Glass of wine and go to bed.
Yeah.
Some
This broken Lego fixes itself.
weird dudes that I've gone to a cabin with just pick me up and put me in a bed, and then that's it.
And then people wonder why they're like, hey, you want to go to a cabin of woods? And I'm like, no.
I did.
It's fine.
They did seem to have a lot more fun when they were Deadites. They didn't seem like they were going to have a good time at that cottage. Like, if the best possible plan was that they were going to have a crummy time in this terrible cottage, right? And then they actually seemed to,
There was not one board game brought.
Right, exactly.
I saw football when I was packing the car. But...
At least in the second movie, they were like busy playing piano and not looking at each other. That was like they had an activity plan.
They were going to vote down. It was just the two of them. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but first you gotta get the piano mood going.
Oh yeah. How else are you gonna get the other moods going?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Mike doesn't understand women.
You get the little bass notes. Yeah.
No. I have a lot of question marks in my notes, I've realized.
Are they
Like, I think they're questions. It's not like dendrophiliacs. No, I totally understand that concept. Clearly.
That's come up before, apparently.
My thing is, even if you heard something, why would you go outside by yourself, especially without telling anyone? That was my first question.
Cheryl runs into the woods. Like, I'm not trying to blame the victim.
Because she's trying to go to bed.
I'm not trying to victim blame you.
When I hear join us, I'm not going to go run into the woods.
Yeah, why did she...
Without shoes.
She had already been taken over, like, once in the drawing thing. So, like, do you think that was part of, like, her being infected? The mythology is not, like, super...
No, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
No. No, not at all.
No. It's a little abstract.
It's very weird.
But, anyway, that's my headcanon. They pulled her out of there instead of just
Also, after that, why would they not believe her? Clearly something happened.
Yeah,
because she's covered in
cuts
and stuff like that, and they're like, yeah, nothing happened, don't worry, just go to bed. What?
I felt like all of their reactions through all of this didn't like add up to how you would be reacting if you were like actually in this situation. Like that scene where the other chick, Scott's girlfriend, I don't know what that one's name is. Cheryl? No, Cheryl's the other sister.
Wait,
no.
How many girls are there?
There were 3 girls and 2 guys. Yeah. And one was Ash's sister.
Not Linda, not Cheryl.
The other one.
The other one. Yeah. So she's in the room, and then there's a crashing and a screaming noise when the 2 guys are in the living room. And so Scott goes into the room, and Ash just stays on the couch. He's just sitting on the couch. It's like you hear a broken window and screaming in the room next to the room you were in, and you don't like stand up even or like check it out. He's like, I'm just gonna sit on the couch. And then like his friend gets like attacked by this like demon, and then he's still sitting there, and it's like his reaction.
He tries to help, and she throws him into a bookshelf.
That's true, but that was like after a long delay.
Right, she then can't get out from under, even though it's clearly a very flimsy.
It's very flimsy.
Yeah, the first third of the movie is the dude's telling the women to not like, oh, whatever you're worried about didn't happen, or like whatever. It's
not a cause for concern.
Yeah, exactly. Go into the creepy ass basement where we heard like the banging. It's fine. Let's all make a joke about it.
Let's pick up the bones and the demon things, and let's hear spells.
And a weird dagger.
Yeah, I thought, what? Something I never understand about any of these movies. I'm like, why would you do that? None of that makes any sense.
Even when Cheryl comes back and she explains to them, like, she's clearly been attacked by something, and they're playing like a card game, like the 2 other girls. It's like, why were you playing cards right now? Your friend's been attacked by someone.
That's how you lighten the mood.
And then she's like, take me to like town or whatever, and then everyone's like, no, I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah. They're like, are you sure you want to go? You don't have to go. You can just stay.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
no,
We should all just
I want
stay.
to go because something horrible happened.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you don't have to go. I am leaving now. And they look at her like she's the crazy one. I'm
Right. And then Ash drives them to the bridge,
Mhm.
and then just gets out without explaining anything. So he
And
hides
leaves
in the
her.
bushes, and then waits until she gets out, and then jumps on her.
But not in a humorous way either.
No.
Like, it wasn't humorous. Like,
Yeah.
he wasn't joking around. It's just he did that for some
He was
reason.
clearly taking
That
a
wasn't
risk.
explained.
So basically, the moral of the story is that Ash is a real dipshit in this movie, and he needed two more to like redeem himself, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, but
He
the
is
thing-
still a dipshit by the end of the third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a different kind
Less
of dipshit,
egregious.
though. Yeah.
He's now an arrogant dipshit.
But he has like a chainsaw.
Actually, yeah.
for a hand.
And,
Yeah.
And a shotgun with a million bullets.
He's come a long way.
Yeah, now he aggressively does things instead of aggressively not doing things.
Yes.
Whether they're the right things,
Well, right from the start of the second movie, he's clearly a different character, just in name and face alone, the same guy.
can we talk about that? Why
I
are
guess
those
so.
two movies the same movie except slightly
I don't-
stupider variations of each other?
I have no idea. I really have no idea. But didn't it have something to do with the fact that the first movie was low budget, they were trying to make an actual scary movie, and then
Right.
Sam Raimi got some money and was like, let me try this again.
This would work
but
better
not
if we
as
just
seriously.
leaned into the camp instead of trying to
Yeah.
hide it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably because it had like a bit of a following, and they figured
It was a cult hit.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
they could
Yeah.
do
But,
it.
yes.
with
I was
more
reading about it today. It
characters,
was
so.
big in Japan, UK, and
Germany.
in America. Yeah, I think Germany. And in America, it did okay. But then when I VHS and it started getting a cult following, and then
Yeah.
they got the money for the second one. A
Right.
lot more money. Like Mike knows the budget.
Mike does know the budget.
I
The
did know
first
the
one
budget.
was
Didn't
go
go
from,
from
like,
like
350 something.
Yeah, $350,000 to $400,000 for the first one. But let's see, the second one.
Yeah, because you can see the difference. In the
And
second
then
one.
the
Oh, yeah.
second one I feel like was
Yeah.
1 million, no?
Yeah, something like that.
But, like, yeah.
In the million.
It also
But
had a
it's
lot more
just
blood in it.
weird
So,
how
yeah.
it's like the same character and a very similar, like it's basically the same movie twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
No, it's 3.6 million for the
Oh,
second
right,
one.
okay.
Because
Oh.
it also
it was
kind
like
of
basically
like
10 times the budget.
yeah,
Right.
And that's 85 or 6.
87.
87.
87, yeah. And sorry, go
The
ahead.
second one, maybe he did what worked well for the first one and just made it better because it's like got into the action faster. He was more like
More of a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
more of a
but
hero and less of a weenie.
It's less of a horror film as a
Yeah.
result of that, because it's like,
Yeah. It's more
the
camp.
first
it's
one's
camp.
like kind of scary. It's like, because it's so slow.
And
like,
they build
to
it up.
build, and then
I
it's
used to
like
hate the second one
suspenseful.
when I was in high school and saw it because I saw the first one and it scared the crap out of me. And then the second one I watched it, I'm like, this is stupid. And it wasn't until much later I started to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's probably
Yeah, no, the first one scared me.
Yeah, I jumped a couple times today.
The first time and this time.
Did it really?
I find that movie scary. It creeps me out, but I don't
Oh, I
like anything
understand.
to do with like demons or
okay.
anything like that. That totally
I
creeps
guess,
me out.
yeah, because I was the one who said we should watch 2 and 3 and then 1. Sorry, guys.
It was a good idea.
Yeah.
No,
But
no,
also
it was
because
a good
that's
idea.
how I saw. Like when I first saw it was like in my buddy's basement on his old Betamax. Like decades after that was a thing.
Yeah.
And at some point I was just like, are they rewinding so the smoke looks like it's going backwards? Like this is amazing. So I think I approached it from a fundamentally different perspective because it was always
Sure.
silly for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Well, for me too. The first movie in this trilogy that I saw was Army of Darkness, right?
Yeah, same.
And then I went backwards. And I was
Oh.
like, then I saw the first one. I was like, really?
I
This is
thought
very
I
different.
did 1, then 3, and then 2, 3, 1.
But only half of one apparently.
Yeah, half of 1 because it freaked me out.
Yeah.
For the record, it
Ah,
freaked
there's
me
demons.
out. Well, I was watching it alone too, and it's just
Oh,
like
yeah,
I'm a
that's-
wimp when it comes to horror stuff.
But did
I
any
get
of you
freaked
see
out easily.
the remake that they did a couple of
Yeah.
years ago?
It was
That
great.
like legitimately
it.
scary? Oh, I didn't
We'll watch
watch
that
it.
tomorrow.
There we
No,
go.
I'm good.
I love that everything.
No, it is actually very good, but it doesn't have the charm of because it's like a well made.
It's pretty
horror
brutal.
movie.
Yeah.
It is. No, it's an excellent like scary movie,
Mhm.
but like the thing, I mean, at least again, I may have approached this backwards, but the thing that makes this trilogy so charming is that it is such a disaster on roller skates.
I agree, yeah.
And the new one has none
Yeah.
of that charm. It's just like we are taking the story and making a scary movie of it.
Yeah,
Is
'cause
it like
well, that's
the
rad,
first, it's a
but-
remake of the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not the third
Mhm.
one?
Yeah, because they
There are no
were
medieval knights in it.
yeah, they were making because the
Just-
first
I would love
Just demons
a
and
really
bloodshed.
like high budget remake of Army of Darkness where everyone
Oh my
takes
God.
it super seriously.
$100
That'd be
million budget.
amazing.
I mean, the Game of Thrones cast are out of work right now, right?
That's true. That's true.
Do it up.
Yeah, because that remake was they were making the movie that Sam Raimi originally wanted to make in 1981,
Yeah.
right? Like a pure horror film that's
Yeah.
scary and blah
Oh yeah,
blah
the
blah.
deaths are brutal in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
awesome
it's
because
an
everything's
excellent-
practical. There's no CG.
I'm never gonna watch it.
It's
It's
great.
fine.
No, you
Yeah.
should.
No.
Because
Oh yeah,
it's
that's right.
scary.
You are.
Just-
I don't do horror
Yeah, it's
because
it's a horror movie.
Why do you own these all on DVD?
I like Army of Darkness and Evil Dead 2.
Do you own the first one?
I do. Because you have to
And
have
you're
all
doing
of
a
them.
podcast on this, even though you hate all of these movies.
No, I'm not a big fan of horror movies.
Okay.
I don't do horror movies very well.
I don't do them well either.
You don't either, Freddie.
I have like a love-hate
I love-
relationship with horror
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
It's like I used to like love watching them, and then I think I just got like really freaked out one day, and now I'm like I can't watch them anymore.
Which one killed it for you?
Paranormal Activity.
Really?
I was done. I watched it at like 2:30 in the morning by myself.
Oh no,
in
the blanket's
dark.
moving.
And I was just like, I slept with the light on for like
It's
2
when
months.
the camera's in the house and they're
I
trying to
can't
catch
do
the
first,
ghost.
like I can't do that camera.
There's
It's
no
scary.
secret.
No, there's no
I
shaky camera.
haven't actually seen it, but yeah, no, it's
They're
not.
all
It's
mounted
just,
to walls and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
It's like a
never seen it, but I know
surveillance.
It's
what
like
it is.
surveillance in the hall.
Yeah.
And
I remember the. Was I in high school? I don't know. I do remember the.
it crossed a line for me, and I can't
I don't
go
know.
back
That movie
now.
made me laugh, and the husband in that movie made me want to jump through the screen and
So
punch him in the
stupid.
face.
He was so
Oh.
bad. Yeah.
There's also like
dick.
multiple endings to that movie.
Yep.
I've seen
And-
3 of them.
Yeah.
There's more.
I just
And
remember him
I-
being thrown across the room, and then I think it ended that when she walks out of the house or something.
They're all variations on like
Yeah,
she
same
shows
kind
up
of
with a knife. There's like a cop that shoots, comes in and shoots her, and there's like a lot.
There's one where it's like she just like disappears,
Yeah.
and then it's almost like a credits in the end where they're saying like
She was never.
found.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the one I watched at 2:30 in the morning. And damn it!
You gotta watch
She's
horror movies
here.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Like I do, because I get scared too.
Yeah.
But then I have the whole day to forget about it, and then
No, that's
I
when
can sleep
that
properly.
would
You
normally
blew
when
the
I
scariest
do.
movie
I got
I've ever
cocky.
seen though doing that. You weren't paying attention.
Oh,
I'm
Oculus?
still mad about
Yeah.
that. Like 4 years
Well,
later.
which one?
Yeah, that was my bad. I still like the movie. I just I wasn't
The
scared.
Oculus.
Oh, okay.
I am like virtually impossible to scare, and that movie scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah, it didn't scare me, but I don't think I watched it properly.
Not watching
No,
that one.
you
It's,
didn't-
it's just a ton of jump scares
It's-
and creepy
but
stuff.
it's
It's
just-
super good.
Yeah, if you actually
It's a
like,
haunted
if you
movie.
like turn
It's
off
really
the lights and watch it and focus on it, it's terrifying. And then yeah, Sean was like, "Oh, I didn't think it was scary," and I was like, "Wait a minute, you were afraid of everything. How is that possible? Tell me everything about how you watched it. Oh, you were playing on your phone with all the lights on. Like, man, you screwed that
Well,
up."
Amy Pond from Doctor Who is in it, so I was
I
just
know.
looking into her beautiful eyes.
Oh God.
That would probably make it scarier. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Anyway.
the director of Oculus, he went on to do the Netflix Haunting
Haunting
of
of
Hill
Hill House?
So
Yeah.
that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched that because
One of the best jump scares I've ever seen.
We were planning to
Episode
do it
9.
last year, and we didn't do it. Yeah.
It's great.
Not gonna do it.
I'm sitting here quiet because I ain't watching it either.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's
I'm good.
Right.
such a great, well done show.
Tracy and I should have like a horror-thon day, just the two of us. Like,
Yes.
no.
And then we set up like a creepy camera, like watching you guys watch that, and then like somebody has a remote control on the blanket and it freaks it out.
Give us
and it's
some
like
Oh
paranormal
my
activity.
God. I will
There we go.
fight you guys.
Haunting of Hill House will have like ghosts that they don't focus on. They'll just be like in a mirror, or there'll be a
Nope.
shadow that doesn't make sense, or
Yeah, yeah.
it's like you have to go back and watch it. Or I watched
I
it on
got
YouTube.
it.
So cool. Or like they'll walk past a worker that is dressed in like 1920s clothes, but like because there's construction going on in the house, but it doesn't clue in like until later that that was a ghost.
Mhm.
Like there's some really really cool stuff in
Right.
it.
I should really get my act together. and
There's
watch
also an
that.
episode where
That's
they do a one continuous shot for almost 30 minutes.
awesome. Oof.
It's great.
Wow.
It takes place in like the lobby, not the lobby, the foyer of the house.
The vestibule?
Yeah, like the grand staircases.
Yeah.
It's
You just wanted to say vestibule.
I
It's
did.
so great.
I don't get that many opportunities. Yeah, I really gotta put that on my
Whoever
list.
made that, I hope they get more
Yeah.
shows.
Like, I'm not denying the fact that these movies are well made and well written and blah, blah, blah. I just don't need that kind of pain in my life.
They're just not your jam. That's fair.
They are not my jam.
Right.
I mean, it's not that I haven't watched any horror movies, obviously.
Right.
But at the same time, I avoid them. I do.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
one of the things that's like really creepy about the Evil Dead premise, like whether or not the movies are scary or not, is that like the Deadites, the Kandarian demons, whatever the Evil Dead is, like it doesn't have like an explanation the way that a lot of like different horror movies do, where they're like there's a reason there's a ghost or like that is doing a thing or whatever. It's just like they get summoned and then they're just there to mess with the people, and like they don't like relentlessly follow like a particular goal. They don't like they just seem to exist to torment people in a like mischievous ways. So it's like there's not a lot of like, how do you get out of that, right?
That's
I
true.
don't know.
It's true.
cool.
You're kind of in the same position as the people in the movie, because it's just like, what the hell is going on?
Right.
There's
yeah.
no explanation.
They're cruel. They're
Right.
just like making weird jokes. Like even in the first movie, they're tormenting them, but they can get out of the traps that they're in or whatever. They can come back to life. I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah. The movies don't explore the outer limits of what they do or why they do what they do. They
Right.
just like
We're
they
just like,
show the carnage.
we're evil and we're mean and we're coming for you. That's
Right.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fantastic.
It is.
It's one
of my favorite trilogies.
It's a sloppy nonsense movie, but I love it.
I mean, like, the thing, I was kind of weary calling it the Evil Dead Trilogy because really one doesn't really go with the other two. They're separate entities.
Yeah.
It's more like one, and then there's a reboot.
Yeah.
And then there's a
Yeah.
then there's a sequel.
And then there's something else that happens.
And they totally,
There's
so
different
one
movies.
was a horror movie, 2 was a schlocky remake of 1, and 3 was medieval
Siege
times fantasy.
Yeah. And it was
beautiful.
beautiful.
So random.
I loved it.
It's bonkers.
Loved it. But I mean, they worked that into the second movie because they showed the pages from the book and the prophecy or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And showed the
Sky.
drawing of him and stuff.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that's him. And then the end happens. Like, oh my god, it's true. And then you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
And so,
No, they're Easter egg heavy, which makes them kind of hang together. But
Yes.
also,
It's Sam Raimi.
it's all deeply bonkers.
I love it. Shop smart, sharp S smart. You can't go wrong with that nonsense. I love it.
Did you know Bridget Fonda was the...
In the third movie, it was she's the girlfriend. I was like, is that
I was like,
Bridget
what?
Fonda?
I know, it was just like record scratch. What?
Yeah.
What are you doing in this film?
I wonder who she was dating at that point.
I never noticed it until that viewing.
Yeah, me
I've seen it
neither.
like 50 times.
Yeah.
And that guy was like, we're gone. It's fine. Sorry. As I'm sitting here scrolling through my notes as you guys chat, it's okay.
Right.
I make jokes in there apparently.
Good. Yeah. I neglected to make notes. I'm not sorry.
Mike didn't though. He had a laptop.
I took some notes, but mostly it was just like reminders of all the crazy stuff that happens.
Yeah.
Like in the first one, we see him finally at the end, he's trying to man up, and apparently what manning up means in this trilogy is tying your demonically possessed girlfriend down to a table with chains and about to chop her up with a chainsaw, and does it. And then in the second movie, we get there right away, head in the vice, let's do it.
It was so quick.
Yeah.
And they get to the cabin, and all of a sudden it's night, she goes crazy, head comes off, she gets chopped up and thrown in a thing. I was like, wow, it's been like 10 minutes.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
There are some moments in life where you just can't hesitate if you want to get ahead.
And that was it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'll shut myself out.
Thank you.
You're cutting Alex off from one?
Yeah.
Over my dead body.
Oh man. Yeah. I also had a question about after the head comes off in Evil Dead 2. He then is fighting the headless corpse and hits the like with the chainsaw, the stump neck, and somehow that is more disorienting to this headless corpse. Where really, like the head's already gone. It's not going to get more disoriented
It's all
if you
about
hit head area.
It's all about the spinal cord.
But the spinal cord's not communicating with anything at that point.
Yeah,
I have
just pull it out itself and then cut.
That would have been so cool.
It's like running around the little shack with like the chainsaw.
Right, but then she pulls it out and then chases him around for a while. I want like full on like Looney Tunes.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, exactly. They come through a door where she's chasing, then they slam the door, and they come through the other door, and he's chasing her. That's what I want to see.
Like, what's his money back?
I feel like every scene is just like a bit too long. Like they always do something that just makes it like a bit too like.
In every movie, or the second one, or all?
Or the first.
I would say the first and second for sure. If I'm gonna be honest, I didn't pay that much attention to the third. But it's like it just like there's so many scenes that they're so long, or like it's like he goes and like
right. And the first one's only 80 minutes too.
Yeah, but then each scene where it's like something grotesque is going on, it just like it's like unsettling. It just goes on like slightly longer than you like want it to.
Yeah, when
and
you need that many
like
seconds on the cottage cheese.
Like it's, right, and then it's like when you think it's like okay, this has got to be over. There's cockroaches, or then like there's like milk or something pouring out of everybody.
The milk bag was not a good.
Wait, why are they spitting up milk?
I don't know.
Because
sheep?
Yeah.
That's more the first one than the second.
I mean, I'm sure there's like a sociological argument about jizz in there, but like I'm not gonna make it. It's just a cheap gag.
Yeah. You already did.
So there you go.
That's a lot of jizz.
Yeah.
Well, because in the first movie, the first time it happens, I think it's because the first time that happens, I think it's because when the demon-possessed person gets stabbed with that ritual dagger, and so for a second it looks like, oh man, that's the way to defeat them forever.
And you start smoking.
Yeah, and then like all the crazy extra stuff starts coming out of them, but then.
It's the dragon's glass of
and then it's like,
What if it's more like, like you have a wound that's infected and it's just pus? Maybe it's pus.
No.
There you go.
The
I just made it a little worse,
Yeah, and then the oatmeal was like melting skin. Is that what was happening?
Or innards.
And
it's the organs.
I don't know. I feel like it was the last day of shooting and a lot of craft service extras, and definitely.
And for some reason, when the sun came up, they all melted like that. I don't know.
No. The book got thrown into the fire.
Yes.
Sorry.
But also,
duh. There's logical things.
But it was at the exact same time the sun came up, or that made the sun come up.
No, he was just trying to wait until the sun came up. They were just going to make it through the night.
Right, but the clock was
stopped at 4:06.
Yeah, so it was always like, oh, the sun's going to come up soon every time that they tried to read.
So I guess when the book got burned, it was like time started going again, so then the sun came up.
But then it still takes them over at the end of the movie.
But it was also 5:45 when they just got there, so it was like 5:45 at night.
PM.
And then it's 5:45 in the morning?
Yes.
At the same time.
It happens twice every day.
Without the clock ever.
So who's the landlord that gave them the keys and took their money?
Is that important? Do we need to know?
It is, because so he must clean up after all this, like...
I need a 6 p.m.
before.
Or 6 o'clock wake up call. Well, sorry, at 7.
Who are you talking about? The landlord?
Well, like in the second one, they're sneaking into the cabin.
Right, they broke in.
Made more sense. Yeah,
but the first one, not Kip.
Scotty,
sorry.
His name is Kip Forever.
Yeah. His dad's the captain of the yacht club. He's a super douche. He says in the car as he's driving up that he rented the place.
And he got it real cheap.
Yeah. So who's renting? There's no Airbnb.
The demons.
Maybe it is the demon.
The heirs of the last people who owned the cabin and got horribly murdered there have moved to a non-extradition country and hired an agent to rent it and try and recoup their property.
And they leave the keys on the top of the door, even when they're inside.
Yes, after they locked it for the night, they put them back outside.
Did they really?
Oh yeah. When Cheryl. Oh, sorry, it was after the tree rape. You missed it.
Yeah.
No.
That's right. Because she comes running back, and the keys are still at the top of the door.
So that means that they would have had to crawl back, crawl out, get out of the house, lock the door, put them back up on top,
And then,
outside, they crawl into the window or something.
Crawl through one of the very many broken windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Why lock the door when they're all broken anyway? Why are they always concerned about the door? It's like every single window is broken.
Especially
Yeah,
in the last scene where he goes out the door and there are the two like hand holes in it.
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
cornhole thing or whatever. Like, it's hilarious.
Why
I love
can't
watching
the
old
demon-
movies. Oh,
oh,
sorry.
sorry,
I
go
love
ahead.
watching old movies with when windows break because it's actual glass.
Mhm.
Like now when you see them, they shatter into little pieces and like it's not.
They're
real.
safety
Yeah.
glass. Yeah,
Breakaway
yeah.
glass, and it doesn't look real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
It's
of
real-ish.
glass was shattered in this movie.
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even like I feel like the same windows twice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of continuity
I think we need to do a really like scene by scene rewatch where we map out the
The
layout of the
cabin,
house.
Yeah.
and then mark off all the like windows and then identify when they break.
100% there's a blog that has already done that.
Yeah.
Oh, probably,
Oh,
yes.
And
People
it
have
doesn't
time to
match
learn.
up because the outside doesn't match.
No,
Yeah.
of course not.
It's
No,
like
but-
the
We should
TARDIS,
probably
though.
give
We
these
figured
blogs
this
some
out.
hits, honestly.
They deserve it.
More
They
Dr.
spent
Who
the
talk.
time.
Exactly. If they've actually
And that's
mapped
saving
out
us a lot
I
of
do
Well,
start
time.
that's
connection
like,
eventually.
let's be real.
You have a Star Trek connection?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh no,
Wait.
you'll never figure it out. I don't really look. This is tough.
it was yeah.
The guy in the third one
Third
was
one, yes.
the priest?
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't believe you got that.
Tracy already Googled
Dude.
that.
Did you already look it up?
No, I saw the guy and I was like, hey, that guy was on Star Trek.
He's in 2 episodes of Voyager.
Yes, he is.
What episodes?
No, I didn't recognize him.
Oh, no,
Episode
no, no.
300.
And
Yeah.
what time did he come on screen?
It was minute 6
Oh, man.
and 48 seconds.
You should cut that out of the package. You don't want anybody to hear
I looked
it.
at almost every actor in Army of Darkness and tried to find Star Trek.
That's
That's
true.
the only one I could find.
There was a whole thing.
No, because it's like the priest dude. He comes out. Yeah.
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 I
Because he is
recognize
the
that guy.
Yeah, he's in a lot. He has like 180.
So he's in. Oh, I do know what episode he's in. He's in the episode with the guy from Kids in the Hall, where they go to a
Scott
planet.
Thompson?
Is it? Yes, it is Scott Thompson.
Yeah.
And he like indulges on all the things and gets super drunk and all that kind of stuff, and then he comes back. He's the guy who leaves with the captain in the beginning. He's in it for like 3 seconds.
That's
That
it.
episode.
Can you guys take this away?
It's
It's
that
not
episode.
Tracy Star Trek.
There you go. He brought it up, okay?
Yeah.
I think
Not
we
really
all
all the time.
Tracy with a tangent about terrible malls in Toronto. We could probably roll with a little Star Trek.
Oh, Dufferin talked last time.
Hey, the Duff Mall's good.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
that's
That
good.
sounds really
It
interesting.
started with mall Santas and declined from
Oh,
there.
yes. That is true.
Right in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That
her
makes
mall
sense.
Santa story was good though.
Cloverfield. Cloverdale?
Oh, Cloverdale, yeah.
It's Cloverdale Mall, yes.
Like, isn't that
Cloverfield is
another
a
horror
monster
movie?
movie, not a mall.
That's right, this is what I remember. Yes, Cloverdale Mall.
Very good.
Now we
Naming
go there.
malls,
Now we go
yeah.
there.
You and your brothers.
Fairview Mall in
do.
Burlington.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yes.
whatever.
Tune in to the next Christmas episode where I'll talk about this year's Santa
It's a little teaser.
It's a little teaser.
Just throw that
We're
in.
we doing
calling
Christmas
the
episode?
showbiz
Yes.
as-
Yes.
Am I
I wanna ask
invited
about
to this Christmas episode?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'm good for ratings.
What'll Drunken Jamie say next?
That was deeply hilarious. Episode, yes. Oh my.
One day I will listen to it. And
Oh.
quit drinking the next time.
No, never listen. Never listen.
Never.
No, it's fine. It's hilarious.
This is what we enjoy. This is why I liquor you guys up and give you sugar. For all it
Sure.
is. This
Thank
is what
you,
I want.
Tracy.
I
You're
appreciate
gonna
you
do
not
it.
making 5 ounces of Bailey's drinks, whatever, this time.
You're
So-
welcome.
so-
It's a great drink.
Well, it was
yeah,
good.
it was good for everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody got 5
have you
ounces of
listened-
Bailey's in a cup.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean the.
I think
Yeah.
they did it on a Friday, though.
The
so
input
there's time
was a
to
joy.
recover.
The
Yes.
output was a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I put the alcohol ratio less this time, so you're good.
I appreciate it.
Also, I'll post that recipe when I post this thing. Yes.
Nice. It's really
Yes, it was
Yeah.
very tasty.
I forget what it's called, but when I was, it's delicious.
Bloody.
So I guess we can go into, the second movie. I don't know. Did we finish talking about the second movie as well? Sort of.
I don't
In a
know.
way.
We haven't talked about the hand.
That is one of my favorite. Okay, I'm like not a huge these movies, but that is one of my favorite movie scenes of all times. And of all the scenes in my life that I have like acted out in random situations, that like hand to the face thing is like way up the top of the list.
Yes.
It's such a good one.
It really
you
is.
hold onto your own wrist and just like flail at your face like a jerk.
I quite enjoyed it.
And random people will walk by and be like, nah, I know what you're doing.
I don't know, it just reminded me of Idle
Just so
Hands,
good.
but you know, it's all good. Or
Well, that's where that
Came from.
probably, yes.
Almost certainly.
Okay, so the hand scene is your favorite scene?
It is.
By far,
is.
yes.
Yeah.
It is
It's
very
the best.
good.
It's super. What has better slapstick potential than getting molested by your own hand? Let's be real.
The little noises it makes.
Yes,
It's so
I
good.
forgot. I thought I made that up. Honestly,
It doesn't have a
Sounds like
mouth,
thing I would
but it makes noise.
Yeah, I love
Doesn't
it.
it?
It's
I
just-
love it.
Yes, it's
I love it to
hilarious.
death.
This little, oh, give me my hand back.
Give me my hand.
Back my hand.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious.
Is the hand,
Is
right?
it?
Yes,
And-
Romano's family.
But
Yes.
it's the
Cousin
one
is
that
Cousin
makes
is the one with all the
noise.
hair.
Oh, he makes the noise.
Yeah.
The hand also makes
Yeah.
Oh,
noise.
it's Thing. Is it Thing?
Thing.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes kind of like a
Cat's
noise, whereas like this one is like it's.
It definitely vocalizes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your Thing's
Yeah.
not
Oh,
just...
It makes like baby raptor noises.
Would it be
It's
scarier if it didn't make the noise, do you think? Because it's like very
But it's not supposed to be scary.
I mean,
Yeah, at
at
that
the
point
end
it's-
when
If
it
it
kills
was-
the lady, it was very
If
quiet.
it was, if it was quiet
FYI.
and moved
Yeah, dignified,
slowly,
yeah.
it would be sort of.
Yeah, but I mean,
sinister,
it kind of makes sense because she's the one who can translate the reading.
Yeah.
So it went after her to kill her, and then of course she can't close it because she dies, and then he gets sucked into the vortex.
Right.
Very necessary.
'Cause I actually liked her character. Like she was actually doing things. Like
Yeah, she was a
wasn't-
tough chick.
She wasn't passive.
She had a great deal more agency.
Yes,
Yes.
she was good.
This
But
genre
also,
typically do.
her smile was creepy.
Her smile was
Oh,
creepy.
yes.
Oh yeah, their teeth.
Oh, I had a
So
question
creepy.
about that.
Do you
Just remembered
monsters.
that.
There is a part where the demon is like her mother or whatever is in like the crawl space, and they're closing it or whatever, and her eyeball flies out, and somebody swallows
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Who swallows it?
It's hers. Oh no, sorry.
No,
it's
it's,
Billy Joe or Bobby Joe.
Yeah,
or-
the girl.
Yeah,
The
the
girl
hillbilly
that's
chick.
dating the hill.
And then they
the
never-
Yeah, but
they never talk about it.
they never. She just runs into the woods and disappears. And that's
I don't
it.
know if she actually swallows it.
I think she does.
No, it went in her
You
mouth,
hear
and she's
a
like, and it disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very confused.
Yeah, hilarious
Yeah.
scene, but they
And
don't.
then she
they never
ran
reference
into the
it.
And
woods.
then, then she takes off, and then.
And then she gets tree murdered.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not
At least we
raped
don't
this
have
time. It
to.
wasn't as bad.
Well,
as
we
the
don't
first
have to
one.
watch it this time. So that
They
was
made it a
good.
little more tame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you, because no tree rape. It's weird.
Sure.
Dendrophilia.
No,
That's it.
Yeah.
I just enjoy saying it now.
That's when you rape the tree? Is that
Well,
what you said?
no. It's when you have a sexual
It's-
attraction to plants
Yeah.
and trees.
So plants and
So,
trees.
we
yeah.
all now have dendrophobia.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
look that up when I go home. 'cause
You were like,
Urban Dictionary.
you're like, ooh, that
R.I.P.
palm
research
tree.
algorithm.
Type it into Pornhub, see what comes up.
Oh God, will you? Now I'm curious.
No.
Keep talking.
While
keep
that's
talking.
happening,
I don't need to see the details. I just need the number of options.
That's all.
Jess, you had opinions about Bobby Joe or whatever her name was,
Oh.
and their whole relationship. You found that.
Okay,
Oh,
she
yeah.
was much like. Why was she dating him?
Like he had to be rich or
No.
like
He owns his own
hum,
tow truck company.
right?
I guess.
I really think the town must be that small because she's like a good-looking girl. She's very pretty
She
and
looks like a model.
She's
She chews tobacco though. Ugh.
no, but
She doesn't actually, because as
though.
pointed out, she doesn't know to spit.
Yeah.
That's right.
She tries to spit so many times in that movie, and she's so bad at
And
it.
why you
Yeah,
yeah,
she
the first
does
time
it.
they're like,
Okay, don't
no
do
more
that.
spitting.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it was so delicate and cute, and it
and
was
it just like
like
dribbles down
no,
her like,
dude,
yeah,
that's
she's
fine.
So, Dendrophilia Pornhub update. It's,
Oh
it's
no!
mostly people having sex in the forest. Like, I'm a little disappointed. I don't understand that one.
They're
But
turned on by the tree.
Yeah, but I thought they were having sex with the tree.
Yeah.
I mean,
that'd
you
be more
can
fun.
have sex with the
How do
tree.
you have sex with a tree?
Well,
You know, you lean up on a nub.
Okay, there was a TLC episode where a man had sex with his car.
Wait,
He
the
got under the
exhaust?
hood.
Oh.
No, he got under the hood, and I think he would just hop.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, he was in love with his car, It wasn't even a nice car either.
You know,
I remember thinking
it
that
was like a 1987 like Mustang or something.
Stop it! You're turning me on. Stop.
Where's my Shania? Are there gonna be royalties issues?
Looks don't matter when you're in love. You know, like, he saw the beauty in that car, even if you didn't.
But anyway, so I'm assuming someone would just rub themselves on a tree.
Yeah,
I'm gonna assume.
That's what I was hoping for.
People will put
Again,
dicks into literally everything. If they
all
can
I'm
get away
saying
with it.
is splinters. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say every time.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Splinter.
also your biggest problem with that isn't the splinters; it's why you're having sexual attraction to a tree. So I guess splinters is second.
Don't
order.
judge us.
This was non-consensual.
And cosplay
Seriously.
is a totally valid life choice. I'm sure somebody's making it. I
Yes.
don't know them, but you know.
You would
Go team.
really mess. The vegans would be real pissed.
Oh man.
Well, no, but they actually wrote an article. Like
See, the thing with
scientists were
ants
doing
is they'll
research.
last forever. 'Cause they
And
take everything
apparently
super
plants
slow.
know when they're being eaten or where they're being killed.
They also talk to each other like with their root system.
Yes.
They're not sentient beings.
But they know when they're being eaten. So
Yes.
therefore, if you're a vegan and you're like, oh, the plant knows when I want to be a vegan to be good to the animals because I don't eat animals. But if the
Okay.
tree knows you're eating it, that's kind of a
There's
dick
a difference
move.
between
Okay.
admitting
Okay, I think this conversation
a
is
chemical
way too far.
and knowing something.
Controversial, Tracy. Okay.
Controversy. Start.
What do you think about Northern Syria, Tracy?
You're gonna have PETA protesting your podcast.
What? They're gonna throw green paint at me?
Why?
I mean,
Stop wearing all that cotton. Wait a cotton picking minute. Sorry.
Damn,
I'm allowed to say that.
Podcasts go so freaking.
Hey, remember when we talked about demons and chainsaws?
Evil Dead?
That was a good time.
I also enjoyed when he attached the chainsaw to his arm.
Oh, that seems amazing.
yes.
That's a good scene when the shotgun goes in the back and then he's ready to punch.
But he's gonna saw it off first.
Is that what he says?
What?
Let's get some or groovy or that's one of his first catch lines.
He says groovy first, I think.
Okay.
Groovy is the shot when he first gets a shotgun, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But after he assembles everything,
Yeah.
Was
Maybe
that a
that's
big
what it was.
saying in the late 80s?
No, but
This was early.
the game Duke Nukem. which
Well, the
was-
second one was
Oh.
1987.
Like
It was
in
late
the
80s.
90s.
It was a year, it was
There's some
32 years
catchphrases
ago.
and-
Shush.
Yeah.
Yes.
The year the earth
I
became a
still
great place.
say groovy, so
I started saying that as a joke at some point after watching these movies and didn't realize it, and then like 5 years later I saw one and was like, oh, is that why I do that? Oh,
Yeah.
creepy all the time.
I'm that person.
That's the thing. You start saying
Started
things ironically, and then it
ironic.
becomes part of your lexicon,
I
and
used
then
to
you
talk
can't
about
stop saying
ex-girlfriends,
it.
and then I was like, oh, it's because Evil Dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's embarrassing.
The
How do
important
you
thing
know?
is that
That's a good saying.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Okay.
He just never introduced them. He's had plenty.
Oh no, I would have brought them around on the first date. Ooh, look, I'm dating someone.
I guess you would have put them in the middle of a circle.
Yeah,
with
oh
all
God.
your friends with a
I'm the worst.
question.
The worst.
That was brutal.
He would have given them a necklace that had a little
Oh.
spyglass on it.
Oh
It would've
my.
been great.
And what is
And
it?
then when you chop them up, you put a cross every time.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
important.
yeah.
A big cross.
That makes it okay.
And what does Hicks do in the second one? He's like, he's trying to not seduce her, but he's talking like Frank Sinatra or something stupid.
Well, they're making
It's
some kind of
hey,
joke.
maybe you and me
He's-
should like remember?
No.
I swear it's in the second one.
You have to look this up before you.
Okay,
Seriously.
never mind.
Remember this.
No, we were all laughing at it.
He
We
was
watched
playing
it.
No,
piano.
he's like jokingly trying to seduce her. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're like, that's a Sean move. And I was like, yeah, it is. Like, yeah, touche.
So I have a question though. In Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, the last time they go through like a battle or whatever, and then Ash finds the necklace. Is it just me, or was like the actual like necklace laid out in like a skull shape, and then they picked it up?
No,
Oh, I
I
didn't
think
notice
it
that.
looked like the face on the book when it became like.
Is that what it was?
animated. That's what I thought.
Okay, I thought it was in the shape of a skull or something. Like it was definitely like
it's a demon.
face shaped
Yeah.
or whatever, and then
But-
you'd like
Yeah.
pick it up and be like, oh.
I thought it was supposed to be like because it was next to the book, and then the book became like a face.
Okay, it's totally
When
possible. I don't know.
That's
Is it
very
necklace?
likely.
Okay,
Is the necklace an Army of Darkness?
uh,
think it
no,
is.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I just forgot about it.
Well,
Yeah.
like, where are you gonna?
Well, because
it
he
was bad
picked it
enough
up.
to
And
shoehorn
then,
it into 2 movies already. They didn't
Where did
need
the
to.
necklace come?
Oh, he gave it to her in the first one.
No, I know, but like.
And then
what's
he gave it
the
to her in the second
significance?
one.
It was a
except it was
gift.
a different her.
He went to a pawn shop and
Mhm.
Yeah, but what's the connect? I mean, I don't know. Like
It's
a lot
so
of horror
vintage.
movies, it's like, oh, the necklace is what's causing the evil or whatever, because then it's shaped
No,
in
no,
a
no,
skull
no,
or like
it's just-
whatever.
yeah.
It's like, what's the connection?
it just reminds him of
No,
his
It's
it's
own
really
yeah.
meaningless.
Like,
It's
so he's
just-
about to cut her up, right? Instead of like
Yeah.
her actual body, it's a stupid necklace that reminds her.
So
oh,
when did
I
it?
used to love this.
It didn't matter
Yeah.
in the second one though, because it's just
No, it's
yeah.
basically just a post-it note. It's like, remember how you're grieving for your girlfriend?
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah.
And he finds the necklace and he's just like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be grieving that person I cut up 10 minutes ago. You know, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to grieve when you're also trying to save your own
Sure.
life, but
But it's also just like emotional shorthand.
yeah.
I also thought it'd be cool if they made like a movie where it was like it was just like in the end it's just like he's completely batshit crazy and he'd hack them all up in that cabin because he's lost his mind.
Oh yeah,
It would make more sense.
it would.
Just
Have you
wrap
seen-
it up with a nice.
Have you seen
scene
You Might Be the
about-
Killer?
Yeah.
Might be the killer?
You Might Be the Killer.
No. What is that?
It was a big movie in After Dark last year.
Oh,
Allison
okay.
Hannigan's
oh,
in
the,
it, and
the
it's
camp counselor killing everyone. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That was
Yeah.
funny.
yeah.
Oh, you gave away the end.
The
Oh,
movie
you know
is
right.
called. The movie is called You Might Be the Killer.
It was the.
And
I
he's
didn't
calling
see
his
that.
friend, just like, what's going on? And she's like, you might be the killer.
Who was
That's
his
the whole
friend? It
movie.
was what's his name
Allison
from
Hannigan.
Allison Hannigan.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And he was the stone guy from Cabin in the Woods.
yeah.
I don't know
It's
his
a,
name.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a joy.
Yeah, it was fun.
Movie.
Yeah.
I'll
If
check
you
that
want.
out.
If you
I
want to
don't
watch
know.
a horror comedy that's like slasher in the woods, like
Yeah.
this makes no sense. Oh wait, actually yes, it does. There's a totally rational explanation that I thought couldn't
Yeah.
be the thing because this is a movie. No, that's the one.
So you can watch things
Go
like
for it.
that.
No,
like
no, you,
like
it's,
Cabin in the
it's
Woods
really
or
fun. I highly recommend it.
what Tucker and Dale versus
Oh,
Evil.
yeah, I love
it.
Tucker.
It's so good.
Great movie.
Yeah, I can watch that kind of stuff. I'm good with that.
That's what I like about horror movies in general is that because you can do them with relatively low budgets and you can take risks. Like, you can iterate on these tropes so much and do all these crazy, weird, like just minor premises on them, and just be like, hey, it would be fun if we did this, but with this twist, and then you can just do that.
Yes.
And then,
Yeah.
like you can just. It's really cool.
No
The
Run
whole
with
my
it.
beer genre.
Yeah. yeah.
Speaking of hilarious movies like that, Zombievers, also a classic.
I still haven't seen it.
Zombie verse or
Zombievers.
Zombievers?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
It's not
Are
a
they
Canadian film.
zombie beavers?
It is beavers who zombify people. It is like
Amazing.
there's a cabin.
I'm
in
trying to-
woods, there are bikinis. There are zombie beavers.
I'm trying to
it's
figure
a
out
toy.
if it's like a joke, like zombie strippers, or it's the actual like.
No,
Oh,
they're-
zombie strippers is a thing.
I know.
No,
Jenna
no,
Jameson
they're
is
they
in
are
it.
they
Yes,
are
I know.
beavers.
They're
They
actual
are small
beavers.
woodland creatures that zombify people and
Tracy,
then turn
uh-huh.
into like weird hybrid beaver person
You
zombies.
should buy it on DVD because we still haven't gotten to
Oh,
see.
if you wanna let
we have
me
lots
share
of
it,
time to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2035.
Yeah, you tack that on to the end.
Every birthday and
Cool.
Christmas and I don't know Mother's Day, any excuse, we should give you movies.
Yeah, that
wanna
we
do.
want to do.
God.
No,
Yes.
you're getting Fury Road at
Yeah,
some
that's
point.
true.
Oh, I will fight you. Come on.
No, you and I should do Fury Road.
Oh,
What letter are you
He
at?
wants to yell at me about
Me
Fury
and
Road.
Mike.
Are you
Exactly,
are you
which is why you
actually
don't.
at E or
Yeah.
is this just a special one?
No,
Where
this
are
is
you
a special one.
Where are you
I'm in C. I just started C.
at? Oh, lots of options.
Yeah. Technically, what I did
2050
was
to Z.
so the version of Army of Darkness that I have is actually called Bruce Campbell versus the Army of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I
a special
know.
edition
So
one
it
or
counts as a
whatever.
B?
So actually, it comes as a B, and I skipped it to save it for this. And I was like, oh, I guess I got to do Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 as well.
What
Booyah.
does the special edition have?
It's got the theatrical cut, and the director's cut, which is so there's two different endings,
Oh.
and it has audio commentary by Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi,
Can you
and it has a couple of behind the scenes stuff.
can you tell us the two endings?
Oh yeah, in the theatrical release of Army of Darkness, so he says the words not to forget to.
That's also a thing
We
I
couldn't
do.
remember it like a minute after the wise man
It's
from
not
Voyager.
to forget to. Come on.
We
Maybe
could not
I
remember
didn't
it.
say every single little
Yeah.
syllable.
Sorry, I cut you off.
But basically, I said it.
Yeah, so the theatrical version is him back in S-Mart talking to Jockster the Mighty, explaining the adventure that he went through. Sorry, okay.
Yeah.
Ted Raimi, who is
Yep.
Sam Raimi's brother, is in Army of Darkness.
He's also in Evil Dead 2.
He's also in-
Henrietta in the cellar.
Oh, well, how am I supposed to know that?
Oh,
He's covered up in
I've seen
everything.
his movies a zillion times.
I know things about Star Trek and actors. There's a difference. But yeah, so he's talking to his coworker who's this guy, and he's telling him about this. He's like, "So, did you say the whole thing properly again?" And he's like, "Well, sort of." And then a demon appears, and there's a whole fight sequence.
Yeah,
and he saves a girl, right? So that's the theatrical version. In the director's cut, when he gets the potion, he doesn't have to say anything. But the potion works more like Rip Van Winkle. It puts you to sleep for a certain amount of time, and then you wake back up. So he has to take... So what happens is they put him in this cave, they blow up the entrance, right? And he has to take 6 drops of the potion.
Oh, I've never seen this.
So he takes 5, and then something distracts him, and then he takes 2 more. So it's 7. Then he sleeps too long, and he wakes up, and it's the apocalypse. That's the director's version.
I think that's the ending I saw last time.
And you guys did Alien Apocalypse with Bruce Campbell.
We did.
So there we go. Canon.
So now it explains why he was back on Earth at the time.
Well, forget the whole going to space thing.
Yeah.
Do you have any other Bruce Campbell movies? I want to be a part of all of them. If you have any others.
Actually, I don't know.
Probably
now that I think about it, I don't think
He wasn't
so.
really in a lot.
He's in a lot of.
Well, you bypassed Bubba Hotep.
Yeah, we were talking about that
Betsy.
today. I was hoping you had Bubba Hotep.
No, I don't have Bubba Hotep. I didn't like it very much.
Oh,
It's not very good.
No.
It's Elvis in an old folks' home battling not a zombie,
It's a Egyptian
It's a mummy.
demon.
Oh,
movie.
mummy. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you own any other
It's a
horror
whole
movies?
mess.
I own The Grudge.
The Thing.
No.
Which Grudge?
Oh, yeah, you're getting that for your birthday.
The one with
Sarah
the blonde
Michelle.
girl in it. There you go. Sarah Michelle Gellar in
geez.
it.
Not the Korean or Japanese.
Japanese.
Definitely not.
So
Freaking me out,
that's what the
Sean.
little kid does.
Wait, I own at least one more other horror movie.
And the hands come out of the back of the head while she's in
I
the
don't
shower.
watch that.
I
And
can't
the little
remember. Yeah.
boy?
No, that one freaks me out. Yeah, it does freak me out, and I don't
Is
know
that
why
the
I
one
own
where
it.
she goes into the TV?
No, that's
the
the
Ring.
Ring.
That's Ringu.
Great
Yeah.
Ring.
Yeah, no.
Well, do you consider Shaun of the Dead a horror movie?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, it's a zombie comedy.
The
No.
Grudge.
Zombie comedy. I like that
Darkness.
subgenre.
I didn't realize Simon Pegg
A
is
zombie.
50.
comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm watching The Boys on Amazon, and he's playing the young kid's dad. I'm
Right.
like, how old is he? I was like, oh yeah.
Who?
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg.
Oh, Simon Pegg.
So he's
Yeah.
now playing dads and stuff now.
Yeah, but Simon Pegg's been doing
And-
stuff for a while.
It's true. Like it didn't.
Because he did his
cross my
first
mind.
show was what, Spaced in the late
Yeah.
90s.
First thing I was Shaun of the Dead for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
I've still
getting
never
older.
seen Shaun of the Dead.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Shaun of the Dead's
That's a
good.
good one.
It's a
Hilarious.
major fail on my part.
Well,
Just
the
doesn't-
whole
that whole trilogy
trilogy
is
is
good.
great. Yeah.
I mean, I guess the last one's okay.
That
At
one,
World's
Hot
End.
Fuzz, and At World's End.
Yeah,
I
World's
like
End.
At World's
Oh,
End. I do
I like it.
World's
It's not
End,
as
I
good
like
as
that.
it's not as good as Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead.
That
Well-
one, the one where Hermione stole all the liquor? That one?
No,
That's
that's
something
This Is the End. That's a
Ah.
different movie.
Yeah.
I do like that movie.
It's
That's a
She's
great
funny
movie as well.
Yeah, we saw it in theaters.
I saw it in the theater. I was so surprised. I laughed so hard at that movie. I was like, that's gonna be so stupid.
Channing Tatum.
He's the gimp.
It's so
Oh,
wrong.
you so
So wrong.
I'm so surprised. I laughed.
Yeah, no, the only other real horror movie I own is The Grudge.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna watch that one. So
You sure about
I'm good. Are you gonna watch it?
that? Well, it's part of the stuff.
Next Halloween?
Yeah.
Or
I haven't
2
seen it
Halloweens
since
from
theaters.
now?
Well, I have it under the T's for the.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
So, I don't know.
Yeah, that's not how you organize.
Look, there are certain movies that I filed under T for the whatever, because some movies you have to have
Do you
the.
have The Simpsons under there?
No.
We're seeing behind the curtain here.
No? No? What do you mean no?
I don't have The Simpsons.
No Simpsons at all?
No Simpsons
Really?
at all. I hated the Simpsons movie,
She
and the
still
Simpsons
has
are on TV
cable.
all the time.
You still have cable.
I
Like
just-
everyone
I
else
just
on this
watch
earth. You
TV.
can just put it on whenever you want because Simpsons
They're
is always
always
on.
playing the new Simpsons.
Until they
Yeah,
restart, and
You're
then
gonna
we
have
get
them
the
on
old stuff.
DVD, so you only watch the old.
It's
Simpsons.
October.
true.
I bet they're doing a Treehouse of Horror.
They are.
Oh.
They're
They
already
are.
at like
I was watching that
28,
this
and I'm like,
weekend.
ugh, they suck.
Oh.
They do suck.
No, but like
I have
five,
never given
4
even
to
adjacent
12
tuition
probably
to The
great.
Simpsons,
I
so.
can't believe it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you can even go further than that, like 16 or so, for
Yeah.
sure.
I-
But like they're at like 28 or something, or 29, and it's garbage.
It's terrible.
The
They were
one with
doing,
the Harry Potter and the Leprechaun is my favorite.
That's
Harry
your
Potter and the Leprechaun.
Sorry. one of them is Pierce Brosnan as the house, like the house is trying to kill Homer. One of them is they're at Hogwarts, and Bart's a really bad wizard.
Okay.
Remember he tries to create a toad, like a prince, and it's like, kill me.
That's gotta be a really late one, though.
No, it's like around 10, and then the best one is the Homer gets cursed, and they have to stick a leprechaun on the gypsy. Remember, the leprechaun's really drunk?
No.
Wake up, you lousy drunk, and he's like, oh, touch my tiny.
That sounds like Sean.
Yes, that's right. That's
Oh dear! All right, burn that episode down.
It shaped my life.
What season is Simpsons in now?
32.
Oh, what is that? Oh my god, that's my age.
I'm gonna buy Tracy all 32 seasons under the Simpsons. And when she hits the
it's just
every single see how Mike just perked up.
Why can't Jamie come out anymore?
About it.
Have you watched all of it? No, you just signed
I
up
don't
to a certain point.
anymore. Yeah.
Everyone stops around 13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
I probably watched everything up to about season 20.
Oh wow, yeah.
And then had to stop after that because I was like, what am I doing? After the end of every episode, I was like, what did I just look at?
My little
like,
brother's the only person I know who's seen all of them. He still watches it.
Jamie watches all of them too.
Does she?
Yeah.
They're horrible.
They are horrible. I don't get it.
But actually, one of the fun things about the new ones is the the couch gags are 5 minutes now, and they have special artists come in and do special theme ones or whatever, and those things are fun. It's true.
When we need to do the Simpsons episode, we're doing it right now.
That's true.
My favorite episode of The Simpsons is the episode that's Valentine's Day / President's Day.
I choose.
Oh, that one?
Yes. And they keep playing Monster Mash in the
Yes.
background. And Bart's like, oh, my baboon heart. There's a whole thing. That's my favorite episode of the show. It's fun. It's great. Yeah.
The Halloween episodes are all good.
Camp Krusty is an awesome episode, yeah. Find out about his pacemaker scar and his superfluous nipple.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
You have to do a Simpsons episode. You can just pick your top 10 episodes or something.
And then go through a couple?
Watch it. Yeah.
I don't think anybody's ever done Simpsons on podcast.
No. Or Star Trek.
Or something. No, never done.
Let's be the
first.
We make so much money.
Seriously.
Oh god.
I'm sure we'll have a very interesting twist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, on all of it.
Match.
So anyways, Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, sorry. One thing about the two before we leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to give Leah a shout out. So, do you remember when the demon creatures swallow your soul? So Ash and all the stuff around the cavern are being sucked into the portal.
Yes.
And a stove flies over Ash's head and goes into the portal.
Oh yeah.
And she said, "Swallow your stove." And I was giggling about that for 3 days. I was just walking around work swallow the stove. I don't know this, but thank you. It made me laugh so hard.
No fair, yeah.
I thought she said swallow your soul.
Yeah, but that's
but Leah said swallow your stove because there's that weird styrofoam stove that just bobs around top of the kid's
She did the voice. She did the voice way better than I did.
Yeah.
So it was,
Yeah, she did. She really did.
It sucks she missed that.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
I am sad I missed that too.
Yeah, sorry,
I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Also, that portal looked like the same vortex that showed up at the end of Monster Squad. So I was like, okay.
Oh, I haven't seen that forever.
Monster Squad.
Do you want that movie?
Yes, I do. Kick him in the nards. Wolfman's got nards. It's fine. It's good. It's a great movie.
I'll have time to watch that.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
So it's too scary for Jamie?
I don't think so. I hope not. I hope not. I
Teen Wolf
mean,
is
there's the creature from the back lagoon. There's the mummy. There's a wolfman.
Yeah.
There's also a Dracula.
Yeah.
In there.
Which Dracula?
A Dracula.
A Dracula.
The Dracula.
The first.
On a scale of Count Von Count to
Nosferatu?
Bella
I don't
Lugosi,
know. No. Count Chocula to Bram Stoker's.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of that. Yeah.
I'm a big
Gary Oldman Dracula. That's the pinnacle, I think.
I thought. Wait. Don't I own that movie? Do I not have that on board?
Bram Stoker's Dracula, so we would
we would have
We'd have done it already. Yeah. Never mind.
So you do have
Unless you put under
scary
D.
movies.
Did I? Well, I would have thought I would have put it under. Ooh, apparently, no, I don't. I really thought I owned that movie. I have Interview with a Vampire. Then I got
Oh,
Mm.
sign me up for that. Let me tell you how it
Brad
worked my
Pitt sucks.
childhood.
What? Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas. You got Tom Cruise. You got Kristen Dunst.
Yeah.
That's like her first major role. You know?
Yeah, people
I
still
always forget
ask
she's a kid
her
actor.
about kissing Brad Pitt, and she's just like, I was 12, shut up. So gross. Anyway.
It probably was creepy.
Yeah.
What, on the cheeks? Or?
Yeah, well, in the movie,
Yes.
she's like 100 years old at the time, but still, it's still weird
Yeah.
and creepy.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's a whole situation.
I do have Dracula. I have it under drama. And it's under Dracula. It's with Down with Love.
Oh.
It's going to be
Oh
episode
my God.
49, guys.
What's Down with Love?
It's got Ewan McGregor, Renee Zellweger,
Oh,
and it's like in
yeah.
60s.
It is
Oh,
such
yeah.
a mess.
You know,
Wait, I
and they
haven't seen
sing.
it, sign me up.
I
Yes.
don't think I've seen it.
It's a mess. There's no reason you would have seen it.
No.
Why do you want it, Tracy?
Because I don't know why I really liked it.
It's like some weird revenge thing, right? She's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
super plain, and then he like
No, I've never seen
ignores her,
that.
and then
he-
she like makes herself into his perfect
person, yeah,
assist,
and they come back.
whatever.
And it's like super campy. It's
it's a
beautiful.
really weird.
It's a pseudo musical. It's
It's-
fantastic.
Do you have that thing you do?
It's a hot. Oh, I love
Do you want
that
me that thing
movie
you
so
do?
much.
No, I don't have that.
I love
movie.
it. I love
I've
it.
never
Oh my
watched
God, I love
it.
that movie. I love it so
I have
much.
never seen it.
Oh, it's so good, and it's like, you know, it's all these like now famous people in it. And,
Yes, yes,
oh,
there
it's
are.
delightful.
Okay,
Cheer
let's
up,
Army
Cousin
of
Darkness.
Darkness.
Let's talk about Army of Darkness.
Yes. So
Woo.
you know we're in medieval times.
It was 1364.
Magical medieval times
I
where
see.
like skeletons and stuff just kind of are a thing.
But
Yeah.
isn't that what medieval times are?
Well, can we just slow down? Why? Why?
He got
Why?
sucked into the portal.
It was
I
part
get
of
it,
the
but why
prophecy.
was the portal to medieval times?
Because in the Book of the Dead, there's a prophecy of a man coming from the sky
To save them.
to save them. Yeah.
To save
I mean,
them.
But
probably.
why?
Well,
It's-
the book is a spell book with covers made of human skin, so probably you couldn't get away with that
And
after
written
the
in
Middle Ages.
blood,
Yeah.
a mysterious
Like-
storm brought.
Mhm.
Like once the Industrial Revolution hit, you know, you were out of luck with the harvesting people for their skin business.
Right.
There you
So
go.
it had to be before that, and
Mm-hmm.
the medieval times were particularly charming because there was like chainmail and
Oh,
tunics and.
Was there
So,
anything
sorry,
that
hold-
alluded to this in the second? Sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
in the
that's where
book.
it says the man from the sky in the book.
Yeah.
I think we were talking during that scene.
And
when we were
yeah,
watching
We were
it.
definitely talking during
Why?
that scene.
Just
because
tell me
it's
why.
done.
Okay, I missed the most.
And he's
critical
in
scene of the
it,
movie.
like he's the prophet.
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
little caricature of a guy with a chainsaw in his hand in the book at the beginning.
Okay, I missed that. That was the first time I saw
Yeah.
the second one, so
Yeah.
I missed the.
And we
Well,
were all
you
yapping
needed
a
to be
lot.
paying
I
attention.
never pay attention.
You need.
No, we were yapping.
What is the
Blanket
point?
statement.
What is the point?
There was pizza, there was chips, there was wine. It's very hard.
So many distractions. Ugh.
We all had stuff to say. It was like a whole thing.
There was a lot of people talking at the same time.
I don't think I'd seen Army of Darkness since high school,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, oh, it's that dumb movie, and then I watched it again this time, and it was amazing.
You were
It's
giddy.
great.
I would
You were
be
literally
this-
giddy.
Mike was making all his notes.
Yeah, no, it was so good.
Like,
It was such a delight.
It
like,
was- it's
everything.
Oh, the haircuts?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
For
But,
fantastic.
Oh
like,
my god.
oh, the main night with his bangs, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
sorry,
then
his wig, but
The bangs were so bad, Sean noticed. It was a real moment in time.
Oh man, no. Every bit of it was just great. Like just Ash being such a total asshole,
Mhm.
and like him, like like he escapes out of the pits,
pit, yeah.
and then suddenly he's like trying to be a badass, and
Yeah.
he picks on like the old dude with the like thinning hair and the wispy mustache.
Even
he's like, hey, I'm gonna mess you up. You want to step to me?
this is my broomstick.
Even that guy was just like, why me? What did I do? I didn't do. Just
It was
standing
the
here.
perfect choice. Oh, it was good. And then like, oh, he's just such a narcissistic asshole. The whole.
But that's what makes him great.
Yeah, but
And then-
you don't see that in like even the second movie. There's not enough people for him to play off of.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's only him.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
But
in the
he-
third one where he's just like such a awful.
But he also just like talks in slang the entire
Yeah.
time, and how any of these people understand from the medieval ages.
They wouldn't be able to talk to each other.
What he is saying. What
Okay.
year was this movie?
Again.
13 something.
No, I was kidding.
No.
No, in the movie they
Oh,
say
really?
a year. They say it's 13 something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, but
And what year is the movie made in?
92.
92.
Yeah.
So like
Or released
90s
in-
slang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Early
it's like
90s slang,
the 1300s.
yeah.
You're right.
Baby,
There are some questionable linguistic realism choices in this movie about a man whose hand is on a chainsaw with gasoline
Right,
in the
that's the
blade,
part I understand.
chopping up
That's the-
zombies.
That's the part that
to
makes
get-
sense to me.
He has a Star Trek Universal Communicator badge. Like, it's,
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Oh
something.
man,
Sure.
it was the cartoon
I
like
mean, they're not listening
that they
to
were
it anyway,
alluding
so.
to. In the second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did we
Yeah.
decide it was like Back to the Future meets Game of Thrones?
Yeah, something like that.
But isn't it more like what is it? A Confederate general in King Arthur's court or whatever the hell it is?
What's that?
Alright.
Yankee.
A Yankee, Confederate
Yeah.
What is that?
Somebody
King
did.
Arthur's. It's
Sure.
just another one of those things where somebody travels back in time and ends up in medieval
Sure.
times and they're out of place. It's
I
the
remember
same
Martin
thing.
Lawrence's Black Knight.
It's the same thing.
It's
I remember that
basically
for
a
some reason.
Scooby-Doo episode with
Bill and
aspirations.
Ted's
Oh, yeah. Oh, please don't screw up the third one, please.
I've never
What?
seen those movies.
No, it's actually going ahead.
Yes.
I know.
You don't have to, like, Bogus Journey is fun, but
It's-
Excellent Adventure is just
Wait, is it
in a
two?
league of its own. Yes.
It's
When they
like
go to hell,
Excellent
that's so much
Adventure,
fun.
but
It's fine.
I don't know. There's like a weird conspicuous gap.
I mean, I haven't seen it in 20 years.
Connecticut Yankee, not a Confederate Yankee.
Those are two very different.
I was really confused
Thought
because
I-
butter and Yankee don't usually
Don't actually go
Leaning on
together.
that.
gracious.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know. It's a
I-
whole big old mess.
I really enjoy the mini ashes, all like 10 of them.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
there's
That was
Gulliver's
actually
Travels where they
quite-
tie him
Yeah.
down. And,
Yeah. I actually like the whole sequence where like he's looking at the mirrors and then they like pop out of the fragments and stuff.
That's
Loved
pretty
it. I just love like
Yeah.
and the how they use the practical magic in this the practical effects in this movie.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Yeah.
It's magic. It's fantastic. Like I was watching the whole thing. I'm like, I love this. I like this
Right.
scene. I like this scene. This scene is awesome. Would they
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that? Oh my god, that's cool.
Were the
There-
tiny ashes the inspiration for Kronk and Emperor's New Groove? Is that where that came with the little guys that talk? Because he's got the shoulder.
No, I think shoulder angels are an older.
No,
trope,
but they're like specifically like tiny and angry in the same way that I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
But
Doesn't matter.
going back to the practical effects, there's a couple of times where it must be intentional at this point because they've got enough budget, but the composite shots where like they're holding his nose so that he'll open his mouth, and like the color grading between
It's so different.
him and the tiny ones is so.
You know what it reminded me of?
horribly-
Yeah.
You know when you used to play like Mortal Kombat or something, and then two
Yeah.
characters picked the same character, and it was the same but slightly different.
Right.
That's what it reminded me of. I'm like, oh, somebody picked the same character. Let's make them muted but the same
There's two
tones.
ratings.
Ooh.
Goatee doesn't always work. Yeah.
Love it. Yes. Jessica, why are you looking at me like that? Like I'm a giant nerd.
What?
I mean, there's
Because
no,
you
are.
there's no surprise here. You are, right?
That's how we all believe because that's the reality of your life.
Yeah.
But
But this one especially, like, when your comment about like the scenes just last a little too long, I feel like that was like played up in this one for how self-indulgent the movie was. Where it's just like him, like he puts his hand on the book and it gets bitten, and he's just like, and it's way too long.
Yeah.
Way too long for that
Disagree.
joke.
I said-
But no, but that's what I mean. Is that like
Yeah, it's just a
they
little
stay on it
silent.
because it's just like
Too
they're
long,
so
yeah.
like the whole
Yeah.
movie is so self-satisfied that it comes back around.
This is
really
Raimi's
That-
way of
I-
having a lot of fun.
yeah.
Personally, I love the vortex. He gets sucked and he comes
Oh.
back out and his face is all stretched.
Yes.
And he's done he do it like 10 times. He's got like fix his face.
yeah, that's like
What is
pure
so what's going
cartoon.
on?
Yeah.
Love
Oh,
it. Yes.
It's awful. It's-
Or also like
funny.
when he picks it up and all of the like the skeleton hands come out and they just keep
Yeah.
smacking him with something. Like, why is this 10 minutes? What's
Yeah.
going on
It's
here?
very annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
I
have to
loved
admit,
it.
the princess character was really well written. I was kind of surprised how great written on kids.
You know what? I was looking at her and I was like,
waiting for
Oh,
you.
yeah,
guys.
I was like, why does she look so familiar?
I thought she was the boar queen at first, but
She's not.
But she's not, yeah.
She's Miss Honey from Matilda.
yeah, she's
What
not.
the heck?
Yes, she
Jessica's alive.
that movie.
Exactly.
I always wanted to be that little girl.
Because I actually had to pause the movie because I was sitting there going, what?
She has so many credits.
No, it's not. Yeah, it was crazy.
She's one of those where you're like, I know her.
Yeah.
From what?
But like she changes her hair and her face looks completely different and stuff. So yeah, she's like Linda Evangelista or something. Like it's weird.
Maybe she got real ugly.
I really enjoyed Evil Ash, like Evil Demon Ash thing.
Yes. Yeah, he was great.
Yes, he just wouldn't die.
Well, I also found it really weird that he kept trying to make out with the girl, but I'm like, you have no lips. You can't kiss people.
Oh yeah, did all those women get? I don't want to say it. Yeah, raped by the Remember them being dragged away?
They became
Oh, yeah,
demon
100%.
whores.
They
Yes.
became demon whores.
But still, right? Nothing
Women
bad
weren't
happened.
represented very well in any of
Any of
them.
them.
No.
The second one, the archaeologist, like the Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
That's true. She
got-
actually had like a proper character.
She did,
She
yeah.
had
So-
some agency.
She was
before
pretty
she
bad.
Setting the
got
bar
Wesley.
pretty low, though.
Yeah.
I know.
That
I
is-
agree.
Yeah.
Well, one of the 3 movies had this.
There was like most
Still
of a
too
character in
dimensional.
one movie that was
Yeah.
no.
Because we're trying to defend it because we liked it, okay? Jeez.
No, but liking it means admitting its flaws. And
Yeah,
so
it's
Agreed.
That's
We
where
love
it's
to get a part of
likable.
And honestly, like the
If I
series
said it
is
was-
more about the flaws than the
Yeah.
successes.
Yeah.
Because the
Right.
successes were kind of minimal and weird.
Yeah, but I think they're minimal and weird, but thoroughly enjoyable.
Well, no,
Very
that's what I mean.
interesting,
Like that's why this trilogy works and why it's still a trilogy and they haven't disavowed the first movie. It's like we made this movie with no budget and we tried to be scary and we kind of like junked that up. So actually, we'll just do it again, but we'll lean into the stuff that people liked that was campy and then like just pump the ridiculous up to 11 and then.
Yeah, it was great.
That's why the TV
But,
show
like,
was
that's-
so good. Because they lead into the campiness.
I still haven't.
I
watched
still
I
it.
love the TV show.
It's great. I haven't seen season 3 yet. Unfortunately, the last season.
Which hilariously I watched before any of the movies.
I'm still confused about that. Yes. Yeah.
I think I watched like the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, you and me watched it like when we were
Yeah.
on College Street.
I was very excited that Lucy Lawless was in it. I was
I
like,
think I watched it
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, I think
You
there's 3 of
must
us.
have, because there's no other reason you would have.
No.
Well,
straight
I
up
liked
down.
it. I liked it.
Yeah, we watched the first 3 or 4 episodes, and then me and Tracy. I think you were there too, didn't you?
I probably.
But I watched the rest on my own.
Let's be real. I was on the corner of the couch.
They're on Netflix.
You were just always there, nobody noticed.
Oh, I made Jessica watch so much crap.
Oh my god, the Nicolas Cage stuff.
Oh yes, Nicolas Cage once in a while.
Nicolas Cage is kind of great in his own way.
But
Sometimes.
he's so bad, he's good. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
No, Nick Cage is the least of what Sean does that's terrible. He
Oh, that's
actually
true.
Very true.
he watches all the How Did This Get Made movies. Oh my god.
Hide the
Living
line.
with him was a whole adventure.
Oh my god.
Okay, guys.
Okay, back to the podcast.
Oh wow, what were we talking about?
Shay, what do we pause on?
Ooh, you
Oh, I don't know.
The little mini things and the evil Ash.
Oh yeah.
And the practical effects.
Oh, and how they don't treat ladies really
Oh,
well.
Oh yeah, ladies don't have real characters.
No.
And how Sean assumes they all went very rapey.
Well, it kind of
I
implied
think
that.
I wonder if they turn them evil and they all
Hopefully,
just like
yeah, because
we're coping.
Army of Darkness is more fun than like number 1. So
Okay, but
let's hope there's no.
no,
Yeah.
there's troubling stuff in the background.
Oh, it's
Well, I mean, they are an evil army of darkness.
But they're also all bone, so maybe they don't get boner. Oh, sorry, I made that
They've-
a bit.
actually they
got-
can't have penises because
Yeah.
penis is a muscle and muscles are fun.
So let's assume they just want to
rape
turn
is
the
an
women
act of
into
violence,
demon
not
women.
an act of sexuality. So it's.
So there you go. Oh,
Mind blown.
I think we're done right here.
Mic drop.
please don't drop the mics. It'll damage them. Thank you.
You mentioned Ted Raimi earlier. Did you notice, like, he was at SMART, but did you notice he's also in the crowd?
Yes, because he's like, no, we can't go, and it's no. Yes.
Is
Yeah.
that the brother again?
Yeah, I always love when he
Yes.
pops up in things.
Yeah, but every time I see him, the Jockster song pops into my head from Xena, and it's really
Yeah.
weird. Jockster, the mighty roams through the countryside, never had a place to hide. He's Jockster.
That's from Hercules,
Jockster.
right?
Well, Hercules and Xena.
Okay. Yeah.
Theresa, I'd love to know what your notes are here.
What?
Was that in
Actually, it is in there. There's Jockster again. He's there. It's fine.
What was Bruce Campbell in the Xena universe? He was a.
He was a thief.
God.
Shit.
God. Thief?
I remember the other guy because he has a theme song, okay? But then there was also Carl Urban, who was Eros as well. He had like his Shaka like blonde hair, which I thought was hilarious.
He had 2 different roles in that series.
Was it 2 roles?
Yeah.
I just remember him as like, with the wings and
sure.
the blonde hair.
Yeah, he has the hilarious one, but I'm pretty sure he had already been in it in like a smaller role, and then they recast him.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I've never watched the show, but somebody told me this recently. I feel like that's a thing.
You have missed out on so much.
It's because he was in Australia, right? So, like, they were
No,
just,
it was
like,
New Zealand.
Oh,
He's Kiwi, so
Oh, he's
like
Kiwi.
Yeah.
he's like he would lose his passport.
Sorry to all the
if he didn't
Kiwis
appear
who
in
are
that.
offended.
It's fine.
Yes, they're-
but I put them together.
Whatever, they're used to it. But yeah, but no, it was filmed in New Zealand, right? So
Yeah, something like that.
yeah. Anyway, whatever. That's where he got his start, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And he's done great things.
And now
He
he's
has,
just
I
like
love Carmen.
now
I
he's
guess talk
like
to him in Doom.
he is.
As I was walking
He
home.
is to nerd movies as Mark Shepard is to nerd TV. Like the little black dress of him.
No, it's true, actually.
What's Mark Shelton?
He does great stuff.
Crowley
Oh, yeah.
and Badger.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
They were filming season 2 of The Boys outside of Roy Thompson Hall, and as I was walking home from work, there was a ton of people going south. I'm like, that's weird. And then some of them had like signs. And I noticed, it's 2 of the heroes from. So they must have been extras.
Yeah.
And they were standing. I get to Roy Thompson Hall, and there's a stage with a big American flag, and so they must have been just filming season 2 there.
Oh, so
Yeah, I was like, anyone around, but I couldn't see anyone.
Mm-hmm. I still haven't watched The Boys yet either.
would you have noticed if they walked right by you like Chris
Oh no, I
Evans did
wouldn't.
that time?
I did not. No, Stellan Skarsgård walked right past me and Tiff, and Alicia noticed, and I didn't. I was like, ah.
Yeah.
A lot of people walk by me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
No,
I
but
never
she
noticed.
catches them right away, and I don't.
Unless other
we
people
bumped-
are yelling.
We bumped into Doug Jones, and she didn't know who Doug Jones was, and I was
Really?
like, what the
Last
hell?
week, I forgot to say, I saw Ellen Page. She's tiny.
She's
Oh, yeah.
tiny. She's a tiny
She's
lady.
here for Umbrella Academy, but I was just like, wait, she had a little hoodie up, and I was
Doesn't
like,
she like lightly live here also?
Mhm.
maybe, I don't know, but I was like, huh, okay. And I kept walking,
We were at
but
a bar at Young and Dundas 2 Sundays ago, I think, and Josh Jamal and his girlfriend, she's a Miss World, sat down right beside us.
Who?
Fancy
Josh
bars are
Jamal?
you going?
I don't know who that
it's
is.
Shark Club. He's a guy in Transformers, like the soldier. He was
Married
in, he was
to
in
Fergie.
Casino. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Married to Fergie.
that
Is
guy?
Josh Jamal?
Oh.
Is that his, did I say his name?
yeah, you're saying it right.
I don't know how you say it.
Janelle?
Is that how you say it?
Janelle?
I
I don't know, but I
I don't know.
Listen, I exclusively read my celebrity
I never
gossip,
would've-
so I get confused.
never would have caught, but at least she pointed
Or
out.
Mila Ackerman's baby has
Oh, yeah,
this
she's lived
stunning hair. And I was like staring at the kid, thinking, so Mila Ackerman was in Watchmen. She's a tall Swedish
She was the blonde. Yeah.
Oh, the blonde. Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
wait, she was living in Toronto. Her partner was
But
here.
wasn't she like? Isn't she Canadian?
I think she's Parker. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was staring at
Yeah.
her gorgeous child's lovely blonde hair. And
Mm-hmm.
I was just staring, and I look up, and I'm like staring at her face, like, oh, I was in my car, by the way. And I was just, all I thought was like, ooh, pretty hair. And then I look up, and I was like, oh, that's the mom.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, oh, I know you. You're like, she's like this model /
Yeah.
act. And I was like, huh.
She's in
I
Billions
wasn't
right now.
staring at you, though, because we made eye contact, and I was like, this is embarrassing.
Mhm.
Because your kid is pretty.
I just read a beautiful thread on Twitter that went madly viral. It's like times that you wanted to meet a dog and then realized their owner was famous.
Ooh, Amanda Seyfried. I saw her in New York at a dog park because me and my mom were looking at all the Frenchies running around, and there's this beautiful like shepherd dog, and I look up and I'm like, she has big eyes, and I was like, oh, she was from Mean Girls, and I was like, ah,
Really nice.
Yeah,
Ellie Miss.
no, it's just like hilariously giant.
in her sweat.
Did you clap at her?
for the dog? She's a very pretty dog.
That's,
Yeah.
Australian Shepherd.
that's the best thing about this thread is just like, oh my god, this dog is the cutest dog. I'm gonna say hi to this dog. I'm gonna ask to say that. Oh god, that's Orlando Bloom. I have to go. It's like, oh yeah, that would happen.
To be honest, how charming would it be to be like, your dog is so like, just be like, oh, Orlando.
Well,
your
yeah.
dog is so good looking.
No,
That's what I would do.
Some of the stories were great because it was like, oh my god, your dog's so cute. Hi, can I say hi?
No, I get excited
People be like,
every dog dog.
Yeah. My dog's
And I don't
pretty
notice
cute.
who's barking.
Yeah.
I drive past dogs and I'm like, handsome dog.
Yeah, I smile and I wave when I walk by them.
So do I.
People do that.
People
to
give
my
me the
dog
weirdest
all the
look.
time.
I'm like,
Just
no.
hey, how you doing?
I don't care about you. It's
Walking.
the dog I care about.
Oh, I see people make eyes at me all the time, and then I look at them, and they're like looking at me like they want to ask me, and they're just like, cute dog.
Stop fucking my dog.
Yeah, stop it.
That's me.
Mine.
I'm like, I don't have a dog, so I'm just looking at everybody else's dog.
So true. I love them.
Remember the dog in Army of Darkness?
We got off topic.
Again?
That's what we're good at.
Yeah, it's deeply
Chase, you're
unrealistic
supposed to
that
keep us on
a
track.
castle of that size does not
Oh.
have a certain number of dogs.
There were chickens. I saw chickens.
Well, they have to eat something, right?
Yeah.
I suppose.
Anyway.
Do you guys want to talk about hair? You know,
Yes.
I know you.
the Evil
Tell
Dead?
me everything you thought about there.
Those bangs!
Why did the one army?
Why?
Why were they all redheads?
Well, because it's the Army of the Red.
Yeah, but come on. Come on, Sam Raimi. You can
They're
do better.
Scottish.
They
It's
could
fine.
have just all worn the same
You have 2 seconds to establish that there's a war between the English and the Scottish, and you're like, Sam Raimi, you need to be more realistic and diverse in your hair casting.
I stand
where
by it.
everybody's wearing a wig anyway. And you're like, no.
Oh, the redheads came back.
They did. They saved the day.
I was
Yeah.
delighted for the lack of terrible senior citizen wigs. Nobody got. You know.
Really? I missed them.
No, that's what I mean. Like in the first one, they all, as soon as they get turned into demons, they get those like weird, horrible,
Oh,
like
yeah.
grandma
Yeah,
costume wigs. Where
These
it's just like,
terrible wigs and like the bangs don't
Yeah.
make any
they had
sense.
clown,
Yeah.
they had clown makeup and like
And
shitty
shitty
like
wigs.
grandma costume wigs.
But it really kind of looked
and
like.
then in Army of Darkness, there were no.
Well, the
terrible-
main girl, she had like her teased hair.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of liked her costume and her.
Yeah.
I thought she was
No,
good.
It was definitely much
The
better.
hair
yes.
was a great deal better in Army
Mhm.
of Darkness. Is my point.
Well, they had
She probably enjoyed that, like being the princess.
Possibly enough
so
so
boring.
But also there was
Mhm.
literally
Somebody who was a
Princess
hairdresser.
demon.
there was
I
no
think probably a lot of fun to do.
reason to turn
We could-
those every
we
time when
could
they turn
make
to
a
demons, they didn't need senior citizen
$300,000
wigs.
Yeah.
tomorrow.
They could've just had their same
You
shitty
know,
hair.
like,
Right.
What are we gonna pull together? Like, you know.
It could be amazing. The technology we have now for that kind of money. Do
Can
it.
we reenact the Battle of Hoth from a different point of view?
Can we be one of the dudes in like the ad
I think
and be like,
Jess
hey,
is
what's
done
going on?
there.
Pew, pew, pew. Oh shit, there's an Ewok or something. I don't fucking know.
Well, that's Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
The Battle of Hoth. We must go.
Sorry.
That's my time to
Star Wars.
Okay.
Corps,
That's
Theresa.
my.
Okay.
I mean, we're Canadian. We live in the Battle of Hoth to a certain extent.
Seriously, we could just wait a month and we'll be there.
Even I make Hoth references. Like it's not. That's not useful.
I've never made a Battle of Hoth.
Really?
I have seen it.
Sean smells bad on the
I
outside.
would be walking in the snow and just all of a sudden be like, pew 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 pew, go for the legs. It's fine.
Yeah.
Never have
Also,
I ever done
In the
that.
time that we lived together, I saw that scene like 5
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
At a
I
certain
just
point, I
put it on
came in.
YouTube.
Yeah, I came in one day and was just like, "Are you kidding me with this again?" Like,
Yeah.
Jesus, Sean, pull it together.
Yeah,
It's not
you've seen
your
it 100
winter.
times.
I know I've seen it 100 times. I still don't walk around the world going pew 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 because then I'm like you, and I just can't.
I
But
think my life would be better if I did do that.
Yeah.
Just do that people that are doing dumb
It's
stuff.
funny.
Yeah.
Trust me, every once in a while, just going pew pew. It just makes you feel better.
Oh, see, I just
Okay, Tracy,
swear.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
I will let you know how that
It's
goes
some
in the next
innocent,
podcast.
some innocent fun sometimes to see what
I'm
happens.
arrested for
Exactly.
yelling pew pew pew.
I don't think you'll be arrested.
She's aggressive, officer. Aggressive.
She's pretending to shoot at.
Shoot me in
With
the
her
face.
laser
Feel.
cannon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cited for
Just how I
aggressive viewing.
passively aggressively deal with everyone from now on.
I love that one of my notes here is that I would think that if a person from modern time went back in time, the thing that would get them the most would be the smell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my note.
Nobody over 20 would have teeth. Like their teeth would be rotten out by then.
I actually.
Oh, sorry, the sugar
No,
thing.
this is-
Yeah.
yeah, they-
What?
Sorry, they'd be blackened. They'd be gross. Yeah, they might still be there, but the smell would be awful.
Yeah.
Because Europeans didn't bathe.
What are you? Okay,
It's not just
That's
Europeans.
you guys
true,
are
though.
I thought
doing
you
all
meant,
this
like-
weird realistic stuff
I
about
thought you meant the dead.
random
people.
castle fighting a zombie horde.
I think it's the zombies.
Also, at this time, the English were battling the French in the 100-Year War. And I'm just kidding. I can't remember when the 100-Year War is.
Not yet.
It's around that time. I think.
God.
Isn't it in...
14th century? I can't remember.
No, I thought it was in 15th.
It's
No,
the
it's
14th
14th.
century. Yeah, it's a 13. It was 13 something.
Everybody's fighting everybody else.
Yeah.
The 14th century is the 1300s.
So there should have been French there.
No, I know. I was reading about it
Chocolate
today because I was
love.
reading about the movie The King.
Oh.
That's why I actually have the thing in my head. Because I was
Speaking
actually
of
reading
bangs and your
about Timothy
crush,
Chalamet has horrible hair, but I'm going to see that.
she has such a
You
crush
love-
on
you
him.
love
It's
Chalamet.
fun.
Yeah.
Timmy Tam. He's my fave.
I know. Remember the last time you were on, we were supposed to be talking about other movies, and you just kept bringing him up and
Call me
talking about it.
by your name. Call you by mine,
Oh,
baby. Let's
Are
get
you-
some peaches.
Are you a Groovy? Like, what's the age difference?
He's my
Yes.
sweet babe.
Yes.
Yes. He's like 22. I think there's like 10 years.
Oh, okay.
We know someone dating someone.
Yeah, that's not that. That's not.
What? Apparently, it's supposed to be like half your age
Wait,
plus
how much
7,
is Timmy Tam? Let me look.
something like that. I don't know.
It's
So-
only lightly inappropriate, but it's like, but she's trying to dig it deeper. It's rough.
He's so.
Oh, here's another note in here. The skeleton running, let's get the hell out of here, all British-y and shit.
Yes.
That's one of my notes.
It is less than 10
Yes.
years. Guys, I'm turning 32. He is 23.
Okay, you can vote on
Oh.
Still
Okay.
can't get her out
Thank
this
you.
time.
Legal. Where's the peaches?
But yeah, some of the skeletons were very British and proper.
Yes.
like they went to Oxford.
The skeleton comedy was hilarious.
Oh,
It was
I
great.
agree.
Like, yeah, some of them were just totally ridiculous. And
I also enjoy outside the castle. Their stop motion.
yeah.
You can see their ribs. See through them.
Yeah.
And then when they're inside the castle, it's clearly people in skeleton
yes.
suits, and they have a bit of skin.
I like the one scene where the skeleton general is with the other guy on the horse, and then they show like a far shot of them running away, and it's clearly like something stuck on a horse.
Yeah,
He's just
yeah.
like going along.
But then they bring the battering ram. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good.
It's so great.
Yeah.
It's so
Such a
great.
great movie.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us watch it. I haven't seen it in a while.
And then, like him ordering the fire arrows, like the grenade fire arrows.
Yes.
And like he's like, hold it, and they're all sweating, and he's
'Cause they're
like,
like,
hold
they're
it.
looking at it.
And he's just being an asshole at this point because
Yeah.
they could totally get the arrows to the skeletons by then. But
It would've
he's
been
just
fine.
like he's just being an asshole, and
Yeah.
it's fun.
Mike brought up a great point when we were watching it. Why is he leading the armies? He doesn't know anything about tactics at this time.
Specifically,
Yeah.
it's the halberdiers, like
Yeah.
the guys who are
Oh,
like
that's right, he's
learning
training
how
them.
to use the spears, and it's like, no, they should probably know how to use spears.
Yeah.
He knows how to use explosives. He knows how to use his weird car/lawnmower.
Tank, yeah.
Yeah.
Slash
like,
But he's
weird
scary.
helicopter?
Yeah,
Like, I
exactly,
don't
like,
know.
he-
Yeah.
Yeah, this
That
whole
totally
montage
makes
of him
sense.
training people. And,
Yeah.
like, why is he training them to use his own?
But mind you, they use their training in battle.
But you know what? I wasn't asking the real questions. Was how were they even communicating during those training classes?
Good point, Mike.
That is true.
Yeah, why would they let this man lead?
That
They
old
cannot
English
speak
is
to.
nothing like the language they speak.
Yeah.
in,
Talkie-talkie.
so
Yeah,
it'd
yeah.
be so
Yeah, it
weird.
wasn't until Middle English where
Mhm.
you have like the Chaucer era
Yes.
that you can start to get some modern English crossover.
That is very true, yes.
What's a
Mhm.
Chaucer? I'm actually, anyways, I'll talk to
Chaucer.
The
you.
Pilgrims. No.
Canterbury
not
Tales.
Pilgrims. Canterbury Tales.
Chaucer was a writer. It was awful.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
Did it in university. Don't ever want
Yeah.
to do it again.
Also, another note. Hey, isn't that the chick that was in The Wedding Singer? It totally is.
Which one?
Angela Featherstone. She's Canadian, from Hamilton. That's a note.
Who? Which actress?
Great.
Wow, Tracy.
So, you know at the end of the movie when they're back in S-Mart?
Wait,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
100%
Oh, yeah, I
Googled
know
that.
her.
Does
Yeah.
that mean- yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no. I did not Google, hey, isn't that the singer, the girl from Wedding
I'm
Singer?
saying
No,
when
we
we
did.
watched it.
Oh,
I was
you
like,
guys
Who
Googled
is
it.
that girl? Because I
We
was like,
knew
oh,
who she
Angela
was.
Featherstone. That sounds familiar. Yeah, because we
Mhm.
Googled that. I'm like,
She's
oh,
the
okay.
chick from The
Yeah, I
Wedding Singer.
recognized her immediately. I didn't know her name. I
Yeah.
was like, I know this chick.
She's the girl who leaves him at the altar.
No, I don't remember.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that movie?
Yes, yes, I do.
Filed under T or W?
It's filed under W.
Oh
It's filed under
god,
W.
15 years from now.
So it's even worse because it's inconsistent.
Like the
Way to
Matrix
keep
is
it
under
real,
M.
Mike.
I don't fucking
Way to
know.
keep it
Oh my
Listen.
god. You're your filing system.
I spent a lot of time in libraries.
Stress.
That's right.
Look, so one time I tried to do the whole high fidelity thing. So I rearranged it in chronological order, and then I couldn't find anything. And then I tried to rearrange it in like emotional connectedness to the films and stuff.
No.
I got because that's what you're supposed to do.
No.
Is it?
Only if you watch shitty John Cusack movies when you're drunk.
And then I pulled everything out, and then I put like 3 movies on the shelf. And I think it was like Indiana Jones and like
let the rest of them.
And the rest of it, I was just like
an American Beauty.
Shout out to my last episode.
Yes. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And then I put them back in quote unquote alphabetical order, so it's fine. Yes.
Don't listen to Tracy.
I mean, yeah, genre is complicated. No, I see why you did it.
Yeah. Well, because to me, there are some...
Except but the and the not the thing is,
it makes a difference. It makes a difference.
That's how Crave has it.
I know.
Those are...
But it's rough.
Yeah.
No.
I'll show you after.
Crave has those under T?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
I don't know. I feel like it's always inconsistent. And
I mean, I'm
that's
bringing
why
that up
everyone's upset
tomorrow.
about it.
Yeah.
Let's check out
I
the
agree.
Right, but-
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
If it's a searchable database, you can search for a portion
Yeah,
of it inside the word, so it doesn't matter if it starts with T or...
Oh no, but Crave sucks and the search takes forever. You just go to A to Z and just page down to whatever the
Oh, fighting words.
I find it's
Alright.
way faster.
So yeah, anything else? I don't know.
The Army of Darkness, I love this whole structure of the movie. I love that, like, the first kind of half-ish is this quest that culminates with this ridiculous thing with the 3 books.
Yes.
He gets there, and then there's 3 Necronomicons, and 2 of them are just like sight gags.
Yep.
Amazing. And then he gets it back. And then they have a whole other third act where it's just them fighting a bunch of skeletons because that's fun. Like,
Also, that whole fight sequence reminded me of Game of Thrones. FYI.
because there
Battle of Winterfell?
there was wait.
Yeah.
Why did it
And
remind
Lord
me
of
of
the
Game of
Rings.
Thrones other than it was just
Well, it's,
Oh,
it's a
castle
castle
and-
being attacked by
At
the
night.
dead at night.
It actually looked good. I'm like,
And
Game
then
of
they
Thrones.
shot like arrows at it and
it was
shit.
about as climactic.
Yeah,
Except they
that's
didn't
actually
have
true.
5 seasons to lead up
To get it there.
and
And then fail miserably at it. Mhm.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
And
Also,
didn't
there's
disappoint their fans in the end.
also
they
one of my notes here
should've
is,
had was an
haha,
aria.
that guy runs like Rickon.
Say
So
that
there's
again. You gotta
2
do that again. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. One of my other notes is, haha, that guy runs like Rickon. So,
Which guy?
because remember, that guy was like running away to escape, and the guy shot the arrow in his back, and he ran in a straight line.
Yeah.
Serpentine.
Yeah.
So Game of
Zigzag.
Thrones is not original.
Yeah.
No, it's really mostly stolen from Army of Darkness.
Yeah, largely
Duh.
Yeah.
stolen.
Yes, this is definitely the rational conclusion.
Princess is definitely Siri. Not Siri. What's her name?
Cersei?
Thank you.
You forgot their names already?
I did. Yeah.
Could you?
I was gonna say C-Tree, which is my Dungeons and
You play Dungeons and
How
Dragons?
I imagine myself.
My goodness.
Except with more
No, but aren't you like
tiger?
a wolf tiger thing?
Yes,
I'm a lot of things.
you're a sexy
a
tiger
wolf.
wizard.
Thank you. Tracy.
She's like an animal, like a cat or something.
Sexy
Cheetah.
tiger wizard.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought she was a cheetah.
Thank you.
Are you a cheetah?
I have a leopard head.
Yeah, leopard. Cheetah.
Leopard, sexy
Wow,
leopard.
tiger. Just spots, not stripes, Tracy.
Oh my god, you're
Because I've always been.
But just on the head.
just on the head.
So,
How
what
dare
you
you
don't-
species
so
her?
what you don't realize is when we play, I picture you with a cat head all the time.
Okay,
And
great.
it has spots. So I'm glad
Uh-huh.
I'm spot on.
That's amazing. How does everyone else picture me?
I always have. No one else. Just you.
I just imagine a little cat with like a wizard cape and a cute kitten.
With like
Actually, I
a sexy man's body under the cape.
I have pictured Leah with a little gnome hat.
Glistening pets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Leah's definitely. I picture her as a gnome. She does the character so well. I buy it. I buy it. She gets so into character.
Well, now that we've spoken of D&D, I think we need to exit.
Yes.
You want to wrap this up?
Well, yeah. I think we're wrapping this up, right? Yeah.
Alright.
Happy
All right.
Halloween.
I give
Well-
all 3 movies 5 bags of popcorn.
Out of?
mean,
5.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Each are divided.
All 3.
Are we all giving ratings?
No.
I give these movies.
I just grew up watching a lot of on cinema, right?
I want to be gross about it, so I'm gonna give this movie 3.5 limbs out of 4.
You
like
went
it.
4.
Yeah, 3.5. I said 3.5.
Well, because you gotta chop the hand off.
Boom. There you go.
I was gonna do severed hands.
Yeah. So like fingers or something. Because you only got 2 hands.
Can I do severed heads?
Oh yeah.
How many severed heads do you give this series or each individual movie?
The first movie 3. The
Out
second
of what, 5?
5.
Okay.
Yes,
Mhm.
it was very slow. I don't do slow. I don't get that. I need
It's too much of a thinker. I understand.
I like the second one where the head is off real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's blood and gore. So I will give the second one 4 severed heads out of 5. And I will give the third one 4.5. So.
Oh wow.
Because it was really
half
fucking
a head.
weird.
Yeah.
It was
It's a half a head. That's
I
gruesome.
cutting
You
it
cut the head
right
in
down
half.
the center.
So
Nice.
yeah, to like vertically.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So you
Oh.
get one
Yeah,
eye,
yeah.
half a nose.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I like the third one. It was weird.
I give
I
them
like
all
it,
5 out of
but it's
5
fun.
Pandarian demons.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait. No.
I can't quantify.
It's really hard.
They
Alex
are.
just loved the movies. It's too hard to quantify.
They are a whole situation.
Yeah.
I was not sad to have to watch them again.
Okay,
Thanks
that's
for
good.
that.
Yeah. Come on.
That's what I've got.
I also want to say, can I just say one more thing? I think Sam Raimi has some sort of oral fixation.
Imagine that.
Wait, spit take.
What was
Fractured glass.
the
What do you
How so?
mean?
You
You mean the spitting?
extended scene of prosthetic tongues?
Oh, that.
Yeah.
How hard is that?
No, but
First
also
one?
lots of things always just end up in people's mouths.
Oh, yeah.
The
And this is not
eyeball.
the first time I've noticed this, especially in Drag Me to Hell. She gets so much stuff
It
in
gets
her
up.
mouth. It's
I think
weird.
that's just realistic. No.
What happens in Dragon in Hell? I haven't seen it in a while.
Well, in Drag Me to Hell, for
Apparently a lot of
example,
things go into people's mouths.
so she goes to like the old lady's funeral and the thing flops over and they do a very big close up of like all the bile going into her mouth.
Yes, that's right.
Then there's the thing with the handkerchief flying away, it goes into her mouth, she has to catch it and pull it back out.
Oh.
Then there's the part where she's at the cemetery where she goes into the dirt, her mouth gets filled with dirt.
No.
There's
So
several.
he does have an oral fixation.
Yeah, and in this movie, there's always close-ups of like the blood, or like the part with the skeleton hands and stuff
Spitting out
going
the
into her
milk.
mouth,
Yeah.
spitting out the milk.
Ugh.
Stuff is always going in
Yeah.
or something coming out of the mouth area.
And then that very long scene in the first
It's very
movie
visceral
where they're
and stuff in the
deteriorating
mouth,
the
because
tongue.
like it's
Oh,
very
yeah.
uncomfortable.
I think
Or
It's grotesque.
It is.
He's
but-
trying to give a dying Scotty water. Like,
Mhm.
it's kind of stretch.
It's very grotesque.
But yeah, so
Okay.
anyway, that was all
So
my.
shall we end on oral fixation?
Yes, and dendrophilia.
And
I have to say it one more time.
and
Happy
Happy
Halloween.
Halloween, y'all! Are you excited for our upcoming Christmas episode? 'Cause you should
Please email
be.
Tracy with your Pornhub dendrophilia videos. Dendrophilia that I could not find.
Yeah.
And what sort of
Dendrophilia,
dendrophilia.
My new favorite word. I'm gonna take it to work tomorrow.
Yeah, you are. I wonder how
Let's
you
make this a
found that.
thing.
It'll be fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
some old wood over there.
Tracy, I can model who we know is listening.
Thanks, Meg.
Thanks, guys. You guys are great.
Okay.
Well, that's it for this episode of Off My Shelf. Until next time, you can follow along on Instagram and Twitter at ohmyshelf, or you can send me an email at ohmyshelf@gmail.com.
Dendrophilia Pornhub.
On the next episode, we'll be talking about the movies Cheech and Chong, The Courage Brothers, and Choke. Hope you'll be here to listen.